John Frost looked on the gathered crowd, now 3,000 strong. With heavy heart, his voice rang loud as he sang this loveless song. God is a guide from field, from wave, from plough, from anvil, and from loom. We come our country's rights to save and speak a tyrant faction's doom. We raise the watchword liberty. We will be free. For when the rising tide is turned in every London quarter, Parliament comes crashing down with Robert's Rules of Order. And bobbies took an oath to be our nation's warders, swearing that they would enforce Sir Robert's Rules of Order. To Newport rose a million friends who rallied each supporter to join this flood of working men against Robert's Rules of Order. For when the rising tide is turned in every London quarter, Parliament comes crashing down with Robert's Rules of Order. Like this, on the steps of Parliament, John Frost stood proud and tall. A hush fell on this great event as he told them one and all, depose the gentry and the crown, depose the House of Lords, or join the Queen in exile by Robert's Rules of Order. So Chartists, Luddites, Communists, recall each faithful martyr who died so you could have your new world Robert's Rules of Order. Say it loud, vote your favor, shout it high. All in favor, you say aye. Favor, aye, favor. Aye. A mandate of the people's cry. Favor, aye, favor. Aye. Let's hear the opposition side. Like a stubborn donkey's bray. All opposed, you say nay. Opposed, opposed. The motion carries anyway. Currents change and bring to us our dear corrupted warder. In chains subdued and ill-abused, he's left with no supporters. Mobility's will can then proceed by our own rules of order, and we'll all cheer for country's sake when Robert's drawn in quarter. For when the rising tide is turned in every London quarter, Parliament shall be reborn with Robert's Rules of Order.
Okay, I think we're, hold on. Why is that shameless grifting down there?
I don't know.
That's not on this screen. That's an old screen. Okay, sorry guys. We're like a virgin.
It's been a while, folks.
We're totally like a virgin. Touch for the very first time. This is what I need to. Okay, window. That's on preview. What am I doing here? Hold on, let me just close all this shit. Let's close Safari. Okay, because that's what I want. I want eCom, I want window, I want sound levels.
Folks, the monitor is off to our left a little while we're looking over that way at the camera, so we may be doing a little bit of this.
You talk.
Yak, 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 yakety, yakety, yak.
Okay, now, shh. I'm talking. Okay, we should be good. And Latina Libertarian says that's a great deep shade of pink. Yeah, Wayne just repinked us. And the lighting, well, me. The lighting is still a little weird in here, isn't it? Some weird shadows. When we close in this room, I'm going to be able to do lighting a lot better. And she likes your hair all slicked back.
Well, it's not slicked back. It's just in the ponytail.
It's slicked back.
See?
You need to...
Besides, I cut it in case you hadn't noticed.
Where? On the sides? Yeah, I saw how short it was.
It was turning into a large mane, and I got sick and tired of going, what the hell?
Okay, I don't want the buy our... Well, we do want you to buy our merch, so we'll do that first, and then we're going to put up our Heretics thing.
We need beer money.
So we have 2 shirts. We got the Is That a Gavel in Your Pocket, or Are You Happy to See Me? Which I need to order one to wear. But I got my Happy Holidays, but I ain't no hollaback girl. And what else? Oh, and the... Call the Question Bitches, yes. Which is must-have convention wear. If you guys do not have Call the Question Bitches to wear to your convention, and since I look
especially
tan...
to Reno.
Yeah. It's just makeup. I'm not tan. I'm a vampire. I never go out in the sun. Oh, and look, none of my necklace. Look, I gotta have my anarchy necklace.
You're all tucked in. What the hell? You're not going to sleep.
Yeah, man. Okay, we're good now. So buy our merch, which is tinyurl.com/cult merch.
I have to give you something.
Uh-oh. What? What is it?
A Lady Liberty Lego.
Oh my God! Look at this thing. You want to know what the body part reminds me of? Did you ever watch Logan's Run?
Yeah.
Doesn't it remind you of Bach, that guy with the fish?
It reminds me of the vacuum cleaner destroyer of
Yeah.
Spaceballs.
But you know the guy I'm talking about who was freezing all the runners?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little Statue of Liberty Lego.
I need to get a...
However, be careful with her because the tablet likes to fall out.
There we go.
She likes to become detached from the bottom of her dress. It just doesn't.
Oh, she can't keep her dress on, can she?
No, she literally bisects herself because it falls apart because it doesn't like to stick tight.
Oh, so yeah, someone today, please buy our merch.
We need better Lego.
And so let's take that off the screen. And what we want on the screen is the heretics. Here we go. And, but let's move that up a little because...
Yes, the heretics are in the temple.
There we go. That's up higher.
Sorry for the temple.
What's all this? What's this? Oh, that's that. We don't want that.
Stuff, yeah.
And Patreon. Yes. That's that's the other
I'm
thing.
gonna take off my glasses.
We need patrons. We need beer money. We need pizza money because every time we get together, we order a pizza and we drink.
Right.
And that's not free.
I can make a very redneck joke, but I'll save it for
yeah.
later so it can get demonetized.
It would be very nice if patreon.com/Cult of RONR if you become a patron, or all super chats matter, and all super chats go to our booze and pizza money.
And eventually, if we get enough of a Patreon, it's a stripper pole.
Yeah, eventually a stripper pole. If we do,
Therein lies a tale. And no, it doesn't involve her.
Okay, so what else do we have to catch up on? Let's take that off the screen. We'll do that periodically.
Couple of comments. JJ says Roscoe Lee Brown. What the hell is he talking about?
No idea.
Okay.
He's a little weird.
Latina asks, do you use StreamYard?
No, I use Ecamm. StreamYard.
Yes, JJ, we know you are a present.
Yeah,
Are you gift wrapped as a present?
StreamYard, it's gotten better, but there's a lot of things it can't do. And you want to know one thing? I'm so distracted. I think one reason why, I have the camera, the lenses aren't the other way.
Yeah.
That might be better. Anyway, just saying, I just noticed that.
Slide the tripod over.
So,
Too, but, yeah.
I know. Ecamm has a lot.
Oh, Logan's Run. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
We haven't seen that movie in too long.
I watched it 6 times 2 weeks ago.
Well, that was 2 weeks ago.
I rented it because
you also flushed it out of your brain and crammed it with parliamentary mush for your exam.
Yeah, I did.
By the way, we must point out she is no longer totally a heretic.
Well, no, I'm still a heretic.
She passed the exam. She's now one of them.
Yes, I have infiltrated the priesthood. So now, I've joined the ranks. I got an education, apparently.
Now she's the insider antichrist, yeah.
Yes. So I'm who's that guy that got burnt at the stake by Calvin? Servetus. I'm the Servetus of...
My church history sucks on that.
Oh, yeah. That's in the whole Reformation, man. Calvin
needed to get laid.
Well, he had kids.
So did Luther.
He had kids. Both of them had kids.
Were they his?
Well, if Roberts can have kids, if he reproduced. But yes, Servetus was burned at the stake, so I'm the Servetus of Roberts. They don't know what's coming, do
That's
they?
how the hair got pink.
They do not know what's coming. Wait till I start going to the conventions.
You know, the thing of it is that those guys over at NAP, they need some fresh blood. Because they're not motivated to get anybody new in there because they take forever to grade exams. And they just seem to have this weird vibe. It's like, well, we don't want anybody new.
But you want to know, I'd come up with this strategy, and I wish I had thought of it. I think I mentioned this to you during the whole suspension thing, which I'm still very ass mad about. I should have told Dustin. And JJ, tell me if this wouldn't have worked. Because, the only reason they won was because they snuck in David Sexton. Mm-hmm. And this is exactly what this should have been used for. I should have told Dustin to vote yes and immediately move to reconsider and enter on the minutes.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing of it is also is that
no, but that would have worked.
That would have worked. But technically...
But Whitney, she would have ruled it out of order because she don't know what the fuck she's doing.
Well,
and the rest of the LNC would have sustained her objection.
Because they don't know what they're doing either.
Right.
Yeah. But the thing of it is also, Sexton really wasn't legitimately a vote. They claim he was, but again, as I pointed this out in my rebuttal of their arguments, there was no official substitution of one or the other. They say, yeah, there's substitution, but it has to be authorized. That's the key point.
We've never, it says, no, you would have been informed.
Huh?
But it's not for lack of information. It was because that whole purpose of using that is when you think the people voting aren't representative of the body. That's the whole purpose of moving that. I was thinking perhaps it couldn't be moved because it was what did you say? It was an incidental main motion?
Something like that.
We'll have to look that up. I didn't think of it anyway, but it's an interesting thought experience. But it wasn't because I wasn't informed, it's because it was an unrepresentative 2/3. That's why. We'll have to look that up.
By the way, thank you for the rainbow on the eyeliner. Looks nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Double text. I was looking real hard at your face. I'm like, oh, okay.
See, I don't understand what JJ's saying. What do you mean it doesn't work when informed? Let's look this up.
Okay, this is what? Reconsider?
Reconsider and enter on the
Yeah,
minutes.
that's over here somewhere.
Because it isn't about me. It's about an unrepresentative vote.
Reconsider. There we go.
Where's reconsider and enter on the minutes?
Chapter yada. No, I know that helps. Section 37, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
At least it is-
37,
at least it is
46 through
At least it is in
52.
the 11th. Anyway.
37, 46 through 52.
Yeah. When they told you it was too late to move to reconsider. I'm still not following what JJ is saying there.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't think so. You could, because it wasn't final. It wasn't a removal yet. Because of the weird way our bylaws are written.
Right, our bylaws are written like crap for this purpose.
So I don't know. I think there's an argument. It says here, reconsider and enter on the minutes is a special form of the motion to reconsider that has a different object from the regular motion. Its purpose is to prevent a temporary majority from taking advantage of unrepresentative attendance at a meeting to vote an action that is opposed by the majority. Now, of course, this is a 2/3, but I would say the same principle applies. But he's saying that a motion to suspend is not reconsiderable. But see, the thing is, a motion to suspend's not even in here.
No, it isn't, and I would argue that
A motion to remove is
right. But I would argue that suspend then falls under either a main motion or an incidental main motion. Therefore, it is reconsiderable by definition. You need a Jack and Coke for this shit? Make it a double, Ryan. It'll help you.
Wait, no. Here says suspension of members, 61-2, 61-15.
Okie dokie. Let's go back.
This came up in my test,
That's
actually.
That's in the discipline department again for
Right.
those of you
61-2.
following along in your beer.
Okay, censure, fine, suspension, or expulsion. But it doesn't explain their suspension more. So 61-15.
She's looking at 12, I'm looking at 11. So
Yeah.
we're just kind of working through it.
It says rights of membership can be suspended for a time. But it doesn't say anywhere whether that is reconsiderable.
Where are you seeing that?
61-15 at the end of the paragraph. His rights of membership be suspended for a time or that he be expelled. This is talking about members. It's not
fine,
talking
fine.
about the board.
Yeah, I had to transfer. I had to
Yeah.
translate that in all any of them.
I don't know. It's an interesting thought experiment, but I think I disagree with you on that one, JJ. But it's all water under the bridge. Whitney would have ruled it out of order. Simple as that. I mean, even if it was in order.
Gene, have you seen my head today?
Yeah.
He,
No.
says he says we put the hair in heretics.
That would be an interesting question to go ask Mr. Grumpy Pants over at the Roberts Forum.
Oh, Mr.
Get an education. Mr. Get an education. But I didn't think of it anybody. But anyway, but that would have been funny. But you want to know who would have been screaming over that? Sarwark and Phillies. They're parliamentary tricks. It is a parliamentary trick, though.
So sometimes you have to do that.
It's not really a trick, though. I actually think
It's just
that
following
motion.
the damn rules.
Well, that motion is not known by most people. I didn't know about it until quite recently.
And
But
it became one of your favorites.
yeah, but I think it's very valuable to keep. Oh, try 37.9D. Let's look at that.
Okie dokie. That's 45. That's too far.
So let me look here. 37.
Which is reconsidered.
Yeah, 9D.
D. 9 delta.
I don't have a 9D. Oh, here.
There it is. Okay, that's under.
No, there's no an affirmative. But this isn't a contract. An affirmative vote in the nature of a contract when the party. This isn't a contract.
Where the heck did it?
I don't think that applies,
I had
JJ.
it and I lost it. Where did it go?
Because there's no, and the whole reason why that would be
Oh, it's in a reconsider.
non-reconsiderable, an affirmative vote in the nature of the contract when the party contract has been notified. This is talking about when you, this is the new one, and he's using the old one.
Yeah, the old one.
Because our calendar is still using the old one.
The old one looks like this. The old one has the black. The new one has the white. Why? Because, well, that's just what.
Yeah, I don't think that applies, JJ. I really do not, because
37.
the purpose underlying not being able to reconsider an affirmative vote where somebody got a contract is because of detrimental reliance. That's the purpose of that.
That's under number 2. In the nature of a contract when the party.
It's not. It's suspension is not a contract.
And not in this case, no. An election is not necessarily a contract.
But this wasn't an election anyway. It was a suspension.
JJ, if an election was like a contract, we should be able to hold all of Congress in breach and throw them out on their asses.
But this isn't an.
We can't do that.
But this wasn't an election.
No,
anyway,
it wasn't.
It's a suspension that doesn't become final
until
a certain amount of time passes.
Right.
Or appeal fails.
Now, Ryan, an agreement is can be considered a contract, but that's not what we're talking about here.
Yeah, no, this isn't a contract at all.
No. If she was an employee and had a hiring contract, that's a different story. Then it would apply, but that's not the case here.
And this, I don't think, when you say an affirmative vote in the nature of a contract, let's just pretend we were talking about a contract, and this was a vote.
Yeah, because item 2 at the front says can be applied to the vote on any motion except that.
Right.
Except an affirmative vote in the nature of a contract. So it doesn't even apply because
it's not a contract.
So it can be applied to any motion, including a motion to suspend.
Right. And let's say this doesn't say this, but this should be something that should be clarified.
Another one.
Yeah, but let's say there was a vote to terminate the contract of somebody, of an employee, of a contractor, or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think this is referring to an affirmative vote to cancel. I believe this is...
one who's on a state board of a party and shouldn't be at the same time as being staffed?
Yes. I think this is referring to an affirmative vote to enter into a contract because, again, what I see underlying this is detrimental reliance. Mm-hmm. And that's why you can't reconsider it.
Ronner did describe the relationship between officers and assigned as being in the nature of a contract.
That's in the nature, the bylaws is the nature of the contract.
Right.
But I don't think a suspension is. A suspension is just a suspension.
Yeah.
If this was a removal vote, because the removal's not final until after a certain thing of time, perhaps, but I just fundamentally disagree that this applies.
Again, this goes back to why the bylaws are written like crap.
But we need to, this would be a good one to ask Grumpy Pants. This would be a good one to ask Grumpy Pants. Or, JJ, we should write an article together. You love me so much.
We can write this one to Henry Roberts and ask him, does it apply to...
Oh, I don't have my sound effects up. Where's my sound effect window?
Black Sexy has arrived.
Sound effects. Okay, here they are. Okay, my glasses are off.
Chicka wow wow.
Okay, He has to have the sound effects. All right. So anyway, that was my scheming in my sleep. But I wasn't thinking on my feet that quickly anyway.
Some people have normal dreams.
I dream about LP shit all the time. It's terrible.
To quote Groucho Marx, what do you eat before you go to bed?
It's awful. I dream about like emails, and then when I wake up, I'm like, did I get that email?
So I just have weird dreams about trying to ride a skateboard down a freeway.
Okay, try
you know?
JJ's still 35 6 C.
35. That's back to, I think, rescind. Yes, it is rescind. 35 6. Actions that cannot be rescinded.
Yes, yeah, we went over this. We disagreed on this with the motion before the LNC. This isn't. I would agree with you.
Resignation doesn't matter.
Right, and they use a weird word, expel. They mean removed from office. But I wasn't. I was suspended.
Which is not.
It's not the same thing.
Right.
No, we argued about this. This is definitely much more on point, though, than the other thing.
Yeah.
This is definitely much more on point. But it's a suspension. It's not a removal until after some other things take place.
Right.
So, yeah.
The question is, do you read this? We read your comment, Decentambre, but is that what you mean?
Okay. But that one's much more on point. But we were arguing about this with the Nikayla motion.
Can't tell if you're streaming on multiple platforms.
We are streaming on He's on Twitch. That's why.
Oh, you're on Twitch. Yes.
Yeah. We are streaming on multiple platforms. All right. So are we? Hi. Hey. So. Yeah, that one's much more on point, though, JJ. I think that's very arguable, and we were arguing about it then.
Yeah, we were. Okay, I saw you both. Gina asked what the difference between the copies. The 11th and the 12th. The 11th is the one in the black. That's what
it's not black.
Yes, it is.
That's not black. That's dark brown.
Well, it looks black to me, okay?
Racist.
Oh, whatever. This is the 11th.
It's dark brown.
They call it dark brown, black, whatever the hell you want. It ain't white. That's the 12th. The differences between the 11th and the 12th is I went through on the 12th and made some changes from the 11th.
Oh, no, hold yours up. Okay.
Hang
No,
on.
because I want to make a...
I know that, but I got to reestablish. Okay.
Ebony and ivory.
We're together in tie-dyed pink harmony. Side by side by her keyboard. Even though we know, why can't you? Anyway.
So the difference is...
The rules of order state that you must always have a side dish. Oh, wait, that's lunch.
Oh, God, your jokes are terrible. I forgot how bad they were. I know, Gene.
Okay. But Gene, the 12th, they went through off the 11th. They've added some stuff. They've cleaned some stuff up, not enough, and they have. I don't want to say expanded it. That's not the right term.
You missed the most important change.
Which one was that?
That they changed the numbering system.
Oh,
that
yes.
really is
yes.
the most important change.
They went from the page and line number to chapter and verse.
Right. They turned it from a depot transcript to the Bible. And Decent Hombre.
The book, Decent, is Robert's Rules of Order, 12th edition.
It's for running meetings.
Yes.
We're meeting geeks.
Yeah.
So, but we make fun of it too because people take this shit way too seriously.
Yes. I never read it. You can find copies at your local Barnes and Nobles.
Any kind of meeting, like a homeowners association, a board of directors, any kind of formal meeting where you have like a chair. When there's a chair, you should have.
And Gene, everything in the party now has gone to 12th, as far as I know.
Yeah, it is critical. It is. The numbering system alone is worth getting a new edition because it's so much easier to cite to it now. You don't have to like count it was just a pain in the ass before to me to cite it. This is so much easier.
Yeah, it treats each paragraph as a verse.
Right.
Whereas on the old version, it started each page at line 1 and went all the way down to line 36.
And if you really wanted to cite something, you'd go lines 1 through whatever, and it was a pain in the frickin' ass.
One of the things that we keep doing on here as we go through these questions is the calendar, at least the old version here, references the 11th, so we have to translate it to the 12th.
There's one of those people.
Oh, brother.
So you can do that, right?
I can,
okay.
and I am.
And Decent Hombre, what we're working on is we're both members of the Libertarian Party. We're very into politics, even though we hate it at the same time. So we deal with it with Libertarian Party business meetings is basically, but it can apply to a lot of different things. But so Gene, the citation method is much easier. The problem is it's not as granular though. So if you have a whole paragraph, you know, you're citing to the whole paragraph rather than right to the line.
Right.
But I like it better because it forces people to be to read the context,
Right.
rather than just go to that line and think they have a point. When if they read the sentences before and after
It
it,
cuts back on the cherry picking. Yes. Hey Gene, just FYI, we have a Christmas present going out to you and Shannon tomorrow.
And before we get started, I do not mind indulging Decent Hombre's question because we love talking about the Libertarian Party. So, I don't like reading either, Daniel 3, but...
there is no audiobook version of this because...
Yes, there is.
There is?
It might be the 11th, though.
Okay, and I don't think there's one for 12 yet.
There is an audiobook version. I have it on Audible.
As long as you don't listen to it while driving. That'll make
It'll make you fall asleep.
That'll make you be like that truck driver, right?
Yeah.
Wrecker and everything, yeah.
So the platform, Decent Hombre, is basically, oh God, how do you explain the Libertarian Party platform? Like in short.
The short form?
Yeah, because
What
he's
the party
new.
stands for.
No, but like he doesn't know. He's curious. So he'd like to know in short summary what it is we're about as libertarians.
The term I like to use, and this is, okay, it's not super short, but
No, it needs to be short.
it's one sentence.
Okay.
Okay, but it's a long sentence.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Is the following precepts for living your life: limited government, personal responsibility,
You said the G word.
individual freedom, peace, prosperity,
His is better.
and no, not weaponized autism.
Yes, liberty, freedom plus weaponized autism.
And respect for individual rights, including life, liberty, and property.
Decent Hombre, I would
I'm
have
probably
to...
missing some things, but that's the, you know.
Decent Hombre, I have to refer you to the rest of this channel because we're going to get into the Robert stuff now.
Yeah.
To get too deep into LP philosophy, I do that a lot. So if you stay tuned to this Twitch channel, I do it quite a bit. But this show is, today we're doing the Robert's
Can you
Rules
put
stuff.
Amanda's up on the screen? That might help them.
I don't want to get into.
Okay.
I don't
Well,
want to
that's-
get into the
that's a short
philosophy
form.
anymore. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and yeah. So, all right,
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
it's you. I think I didn't look.
Well, it's an odd day, so
Right, so
the
it's you.
odd ball, that would be me
Yes,
ask the
it's you.
questions. Okay.
Yes,
Now, you've had months to cheat on this because you've been,
I haven't been looking at it. Oh, you're talking about the test?
well, it's been sitting down.
Yeah, but I haven't been looking at that. That's for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Here is just for reference, folks, we are going through the 2019 calendar. We've done the 2020, and we're going backwards a little bit.
Yeah, we'll go to 2018 next because
Yeah.
they're not making a new calendar.
Which is kind of dumb, but it's because these were designed to
For the
study
test.
the old test, which is a lot of multiple choice, and the new test is totally different.
Yeah, and I still haven't gotten my grade from July.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you believe that?
I can believe it. Yeah.
Yeah.
JJ points out, yeah, Robert's.
Don't get for dummies. I don't think the dummies book is any good. Just
No.
get Robert's Rules in brief.
which is this one,
That's all most people need.
and this is the 12th. This is the 12th version, by the way.
Yeah, I tell most people who are getting all intimidated, very few people need this whole. If you're going to be the chair, you need this book. Perhaps even the secretary, but everyone else on the frickin' board, this is all they need.
Yeah, because it sums it down.
You could read it in an hour.
It sums it down into the most relevant parts instead of all the obscurities.
And I finished going through Francis and Francis, by the way. Oh my God, is it awful? Oh my God, is it awful?
Is it worse than Martha's?
I didn't read
You
Martha's.
don't want to read Martha's.
It's bad. I
Martha's sucks worse than a broken vacuum cleaner.
I could see it being okay for some kind of like maybe little knitting circle or something, but not for a. You like the Dummies book? I did not like the Dummies book at all.
I haven't read it, so I don't know.
I read it and I didn't retain anything from
I try
it.
to avoid the rumors. Yes, Amanda, in brief, yes.
Well, I would start with the in brief, Amanda, but as secretary, I would recommend you then
Expand.
progress.
from there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I hate to say this, but usually, at least in the LP, the secretaries know more about Roberts than the chairs do. At least in the LP, that's been my experience.
Doc Sexy, that's a whole different show. The elevator platform, the 27 words with 3 points, some other show.
Yeah. So
we could have fun with that though, but still, that's a pink flame. That's a pink flame episode.
Yeah. Now I'm going to be embarrassed if I start getting shit wrong because I'm supposed to be all registered and shit.
No, it's because now that you passed the test, your brain goes to the natural phrase of, okay, I can decompress from this and start throwing some of this stuff out to look forward to the next issue where it has to start putting things in your head.
But you know me. You know how competitive I am that I'm immediately now thinking.
I'm just telling you Seebeck's laws of certifications.
See, now you need to get registered because we need to go into business together.
She wants to give me the business. But I get the bomb chicka wow.
Oh, I thought I had it right there.
Chicka wow wow.
Anyway, are you ready for this question?
No.
Good, because it's not either.
Oh, is it bad?
No, actually, it kind of ties into what we were talking about a few minutes ago.
What? The reconsider and enter on the minutes?
We'll just reconsider.
Oh.
So, okay, here we go. The motion to reconsider, hey, narcissistic. The motion to reconsider is in order, A. I know.
It's in order in your colon. Tell me about it.
I have this habit, folks, of adding in the punctuation. I will say colon, comma, etc. Versus the Victor Borga version where it has all sorts of weird sound effects. Go Google phonetic punctuation on YouTube. You'll find it and prepare to laugh your ass off. In any case, back to the question.
Mm-hmm.
The motion to reconsider is in order,
colon,
A, even when another person has been assigned the floor, comma, so long as the person has not actually begun to speak. B, when the chair has declared the meeting adjourned.
D.
C, when another person is speaking. D, all the above.
D.
You sure?
No.
Okay.
But I think 2 of those are right.
Which ones do you think are right?
Yeah, but A and C are kind of mutually exclusive, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Well, then it's B.
When the chair has declared the meeting adjourned?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
No?
The answer is A.
Is it?
Even when another person has been assigned the floor, so long as
I knew it was A and B,
has
but
not yet
okay.
begun to speak.
But even after declared adjourned rather than adjourning being passed, because you can still do a motion to reconsider after the motion to adjourn has passed.
Yeah. Maybe who wants to get busy, buzzy? You talking about entertainment or beer there, JJ? Or both?
So I knew A was right, but I thought there's
You outsmarted yourself.
I did.
You outthink yourself. Citation is section 37.
Where we were.
Of course. And it is for the 11th, folks, 317, 23 to 27, and also 321 to 3. 320. Yeah.
What the fuck?
317, 23 to 27.
You have to tell me where it's at.
I'm going to. If I can get the words out of my mouth without tying my tongue in a knot.
Further rules and explanation?
Standard descriptive characteristics, number 1A.
Okay.
Second sentence. After the
Yeah, see, the voted to
footnote.
adjourn. But before the chair declared adjourned.
The making
Fuck
of this
you,
motion is in order
man.
when any other question is pending, and also after the assembly has voted to adjourn, if the member rose and addressed the chair before the chair declared the meeting adjourned. The other one is 321 to 3, which is also in the standard characteristics, and this is number 3. Is in order with respect to making the motion, even after another person, pardon my eyes, has been assigned the floor, so long as he has not actually begun to speak. The calling up of a motion to reconsider is out of order when another has the floor.
Yeah. Okay. It's the declaring adjourn that I got fucked up on.
No talk about colons and past and this thing.
Okay. Well, I told you. I was just going to fuck everything up.
I had revenge 2 weeks ago, so we're past that point.
What?
He's commenting about no talk about colons and past in the same sentence.
All right. Well,
Okay,
I fucked it up.
It's your turn. You just demonetized us. Actually, it's long past the 5
It's long
minute
past.
mark.
Yeah. And I know us. We're going to get demonetized for way more than that.
Because we're cheap bastards. We like to cuss a lot.
Yeah, and make
Drink beer and make innuendo jokes.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's a problem.
Uh-oh, we're talking
I thought
about
that was a feature.
Resolution 33 is back on the table, Mike.
JJ thought it was a feature. Resolution 33.
Yeah, to execute you. Well, it's past due, so it'll be
I thought
tomorrow.
that was Special Order 66.
No, that's Resolution 33.
So I'm only half a Jedi. Okay. Which
Which
half?
of the following motions are in order? Assuming that Resolution 33, an amendment to the resolution, that would be on how exactly we're going to execute you, and a motion to commit, we want a committee to study these methods, are pending.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you committing the motion or committing me?
No, it's the motion. We want to get it right. Okay, you want me to read this again?
Yes, please.
Okay. Which of the following motions are in order? Assuming that Resolution 33, an amendment to the resolution. We need a t-shirt that says Resolution 33.
Resolution 33. Execute Mike at 2 o'clock.
Okay, let's start over. Which of the following motions are in order, Mr. Seaback? Assuming that Resolution 33,
Leave the 33 out of it.
an amendment to Resolution 33, and a motion to commit are pending. So which...
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so leave the 33 part out of it. Try it again.
Okay. Which of the following motions are in order?
Okay.
Assuming that there's a resolution,
Okay,
an amendment to that resolution,
okay,
and a motion to commit pending.
okay.
A. The previous question on the pending motions to commit and the amendment to the resolution.
Say that one more time.
The previous question on the pending motion to commit
Okay.
and the amendment.
Okay.
B. Just the previous question.
Okay.
C. The previous question on all pending motions. Or D. All of the above are correct.
Okay, so we have a resolution. There's an amendment sitting on it. Is that right?
Pending amendment.
Pending or voted on?
Pending.
Pending. Okay, so there's an amendment that has to be addressed.
Everything's pending.
Everything's pending. Okay, so there's an amendment, and then there was a motion to commit.
Yes.
Okay, and then the question is which of these is in order?
Yes.
The first option was
The previous question on the commit and amend.
first question on the commit and the amend. Those are two separate questions. Keep going.
B. Just previous question.
Okay.
C. Previous question on all pending motions. Or D. All of the above.
I would think all of them. No, but let me think this through. Let me walk through this a minute. So now we're getting serious, folks. We're trying to anyway. The pungent and irrevocable.
It's, do you condemn bigotry as what is it we're supposed to say? As irrational and repugnant? Wasn't that it? The blood oath.
Oh, that used to be in the platform.
It is in the
I don't know
platform.
platform,
But it's in the platform. But you have to say it. You can't just say that once and have people believe you. You have to say it about 10, 15 times a day.
Or get a T-shirt made and wear it all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the question. A was the...
You're,
I'm trying to make sure my logic makes sense here.
it doesn't, I'm sure.
Well, that's true too, but let's try it anyway. Read A one more time.
Oh my God.
What?
A is the previous question on the pending motions to commit and the amendment.
Both of them.
Yes.
Okay. And then B was just...
Previous question.
And then
B was just call the question, bitches!
And C is call all previous questions,
Yes.
bitches.
Yes.
Both of those would be in play, which means A would be in play, so I'm sticking with D.
It is D.
Okay.
It is D. I don't know why that looped you so badly.
Because April writes these questions, and April writes shitty
commit
questions.
and amend, they're consecutive. It didn't skip a motion to do it, so it's perfectly in order.
Okay.
If it said the commit and the resolution and passing over the amendment, that wouldn't have. So you can stick one up there.
I think I'll stick to Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, you can stick one up there.
That's what she said.
You're catching up with me.
You can stick one up there. That's what she said.
Yeah, you can stick more than one up there.
She said it. I didn't. and you complain about my jokes.
At least mine are dirty. They're funny.
I'll give you a dirty joke.
Oh God, no, don't do it. Don't do it.
Pig fell in the mud.
Yeah, don't, just don't, please.
I'll give you the clean joke. A pig took a bath afterwards.
Don't, please.
Up there in the colon.
Colon. Yeah, stick it right up in the colon, man.
Go long.
Plenty of room in there.
Going long and deep.
Plenty of room.
Okay, this is...
Just put it next to the gerbil.
I don't want to know why.
Tell the hamster to move.
Okay, that's a Sunday one. That's a Sunday one.
Oh, so you're gonna catch up with me. Oh, you fucker. You fucking bastard. All right, here we go.
My wife thinks. Anyway.
So we moved that.
I'll teach you all of my dead hooker jokes. Why do you have jokes about? Never mind.
Oh, dead hooker jokes are good.
Yeah, I was gonna name names and I decided not
So
to. That will get me in trouble.
Mark, who was the monitor for my RP exam, he's digging out his basement. He's got this old house. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is digging out his basement.
He is one bucket at a time a week. He's been doing this for years.
It's like a parliamentary scene out of the Shawshank Redemption.
Yes, it's like he's tunneling it. Okay, but he's got, and the amount that he's got dug out, I'm looking at him. I'm like, dude, you realize this is kind of weird. And then, so when we went down there, he said it's his hooker storage.
Well, wait a minute. Wasn't that walk-in cooler we saw at the LPKY headquarters?
Oh, God, yeah, and there was tiki torches in there, too, remember?
Yeah, a walk-in freezer, and there's tiki torches in there.
Yeah, I was going to say, uh-oh.
This is where they store all the booze and hookers.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, okay.
Don't let anyone see those tiki
seriously,
torches.
LPKY has got a pretty cool headquarters.
They do. But no, his digging out his basement's pretty cool, but...
He hasn't found any bodies yet. So.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, if he watches this, he's going to be like, what are you talking about before? Mark's gotten weird, man. Like, he like, all this, like it was such peak libertarian discussion when we were there. Because he's like, and I'm going to get a samurai sword, and I want a crossbow, and I'm like, and it's just like all these peak libertarian. I'm digging out my basement.
Question is he going to bring a samurai sword to the convention?
Oh God! It's just I was just like,
divide the question. Chonk.
I was like, this is completely a total peak libertarian.
Oh, Mark's a good guy.
Oh, I love Mark, but we told them my idea when they come for our guns, up on the my staircase, the little portion that goes over to my sewing room. Yeah. We're gonna mount a crossbow up there. Come in here, bitches.
I mean, you're not going to cross-rig your sewing machine to be a semi-automatic needle projector?
And we're just sticking a crossbow right up there. That's going to be our little turret. Okay.
Anyway.
All right, so are you ready now? Oh, my God, this is a long one.
Uh-oh. That's what she said.
Yeah. Boy, it's long. We are definitely ammosexuals.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we love shooting our rounds and we love to talk about it.
And I'm a pacifist, which is funny. I'm such a
yeah, you're the one with the bow and arrows.
Listen, it's a sacrifice for me to be a pacifist because
I'm gonna have to get you some of those profile targets so you can start aiming at their crotch with the bow and arrow.
Yeah, just get me lots of prints of the pictures of the LNC and I'll be fine.
You can put those on the faces, yeah.
I'll be fine. Okay, are you ready?
Some of them might cause improvements.
But that's wrong think. I'm not allowed to even think that.
Well, I can. I said it. So.
Are you ready?
No, but go ahead anyway.
This is a tough one.
That's what she said.
This is a tough one. You gotta listen carefully, Mr. Seebeck.
I'll try.
A main motion is postponed to later in the same session.
Okay.
With the adhering motions to postpone indefinitely and commit.
Okay.
When consideration of the question is resumed at the specified time,
yes.
How is the question handled?
Commit goes first.
A. The chair takes up the business in the same condition as it was immediately before the postponement.
Yeah.
B. The chair asks the secretary to read the appropriate section of the minutes so all members understand what question is pending. C. The chair takes up the motion to commit first, followed by the main motion. D, the chair takes up the main motion first.
Okay. Give me A again.
The chair takes up the business in the same condition as it was immediately before the postponement.
Which was having both the motions to postpone indefinitely and the motion to commit attached to the main motion. So technically that's true, but keep going.
B, the chair asks the secretary to read the appropriate section of the minutes so all members understand what question is pending.
Not required, but a good idea.
C, the chair takes up the motion to commit first, followed by the main motion.
Not true, because if motion to commit would be taken up first, but then the motion to postpone indefinitely would be taken up after that, before the main motion. So not C.
D, the chair takes up the main motion first.
No. I'm going to go with A.
Let me see what it is. Can't see through there. Hola. It is A.
Woohoo!
Okay.
Now that one, I remember we've talked about how the relationship between commit and postpone indefinitely has happened in the past.
Yeah, well...
That's why I was able to remember that the commit goes first, because if you commit it, then the motion and the motion to postpone indefinitely goes with it to the committee, to which point the committee can ignore the postpone indefinitely if they refer it back out again. We talked about that in the past.
And because postpone indefinitely... See, a lot of people in the hierarchy of motions think amend is the second lowest, but it's not. Postpone indefinitely is the second most. Working up, it goes main motion, postpone indefinitely, amend, commit.
Right. Okay, so what's our reference point? Section 14, 188, which is of course under commit. I take that back. I am wrong. It's under postpone indefinitely. 188, 10 to 20. Hang on. Let me get there. Towards the back of that section, under effect of motions adhering to a postponed question, just before forming.
Okay, so I'll read this. So
it's that first paragraph.
So it's 1418 in the 12th. When a main motion is postponed, one or more of what? Fuck, this is getting complicated. When a main motion is postponed, got it?
Yes.
One or more of the subsidiary motions to postpone indefinitely, amend, and commit. Or incidental motions, division of a question and consideration by paragraph may be pending.
That's added because that's not in this one.
Okay.
Keep going.
And it doesn't matter to what we're doing. All such adhering motions are postponed with the main question, and when consideration of that question is resumed at the specified time, the business is in the same condition, so far as possible, as it was immediately before the postponement.
With the following exception.
I don't think we need to deal with that.
Yeah, there's some rewording there between 11 and 12, but it captures basically the same idea.
Yeah, it added that division of a question and consideration by paragraph can also be adhering.
Okay, that's new then.
Yeah. All right. So you can add another one. You caught up with me, you fuckhead. I mean that with the greatest fondness.
Don't make me get my wife down here. She's upstairs.
Yeah, she'll side with me on this.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I'm positive on that.
Oh, Lydia!
You don't know about the girl club.
No, but I know Beetlejuice. Anyway.
You don't know about the girl club.
Gene says a pacifist.
Pacifist, that's funny. Yeah. It's really difficult for me because I love weapons and I'm very aggressive.
That's what she said.
We need to go paintballing again. I want to shoot some people.
As long as we're on the same team again.
But when I got Ross that time, that was the best. Okay, so you guys don't. We went paintballing, and there was this big, like, blow-up, like, thing that you could hide behind, whatever. So Ross...
Big blow-up, not a doll.
It was almost like it looked like a bounce house.
Like a giant tackling dummy.
Yeah. So he was around the corner...
Kind of conical in shape. Anyway, yeah.
Like looking around, and he didn't realize there was this tiny space between the wall and where he was at. Uh-huh. And I snuck through that space, and here he is, just looking around, and bam, right in the back.
Yeah, at one point, they had a couple of like water tanks on pallets, two of them stacked high. And literally at one point, he's creeping around one side, and I'm creeping around the other. I think he's looking for me, and I'm following him. It looked like a bad scene out of a Bugs Bunny cartoon. or a Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
DJelf7, what do you mean about what's the deal with the new chair? I'm just curious if you're thinking the same thing I am, because I don't.
Yeah.
I'll see what.
Hey, Gene, we proposed the dunk tank idea for our state convention, too, but we hasn't gotten much traction yet.
Yeah, because I won't do it.
If they did one at Reno and they had the LNC involved, they would make so much money, especially the channel for ballot access, we could get all 50 states in an off year.
See, I can't do the dunk tank because my hair bleeds.
Which makes pink for pink water.
No, it's not good. It's not good. So that's why I can't do the dunk tank.
You can't wear a shower cap?
It's not good.
Okay.
It's not good. So I'm waiting for DJelf to let me know what he's talking about. Now it's you? Yeah, it's you.
Okay. Oh, this is a long one, too.
Oh, that's what she said. She loves them that way.
Okay. This is about discharging a committee.
I know. Don't even.
I'm not.
That got gross.
I'm not going there.
That got really gross very fast.
Is that what they
There's
call
medicine for that, you know.
it? Is that what they call it?
Baby, discharge that committee. A committee of the whole.
It's a committee of a lot of swimmers.
There's a lot of swimmers in that committee.
Yeah, really. Anyway. A motion to discharge a committee. Hopefully that's not what she said.
Oh God. Okay.
Maybe it was. Anyway, let's try to get serious on both of our accounts here.
Okay.
Okay, we failed. Hang on.
Okay, that's not. The newsletter wouldn't say anything about internal conflicts. So
Well, not directly.
she actually does say something about internal conflicts, and that's the problem. It's not troubling to me at all. I don't think our newsletter should say anything about internal conflicts.
Yeah, it's a newsletter, not a laundry
Yeah,
airing.
yeah. It's so I don't find that troubling at all. I find it troubling that she actually did say something about internal conflicts.
Yeah, the passive aggressive tone of
Yeah.
the note from the chair.
I would reread that note from the chair if I were you. There's a lot of problems with that. Yeah.
But to the other point, it just celebrates the winners. Yeah, because we often use the newsletter as an outreach tool.
Yeah, no.
So we want to plug the positives of the part, not
Yeah.
the laundry of the negatives.
Yeah, I would have a big problem with if it was very explicitly talking about internal party conflicts. She does. Hey, Ken. Why is she?
How do you do, Ken?
Yeah, she was, but DJ, I don't expect that. I think it'd be highly inappropriate for that to be mentioned in the newsletter. So I guess we're just gonna have to respectfully disagree there. Party members already know about that kind of stuff through the gossip vine. LP News is outward facing and not the place to air dirty laundry.
Right. If you want to see all that, go on to LNC Business Uncensored and more
Yeah,
places
yeah.
on Facebook. Anyway, okay, the question. So, How you doing, Ken? Nice to see you. By the way, all mad respect to you for what you do, because you're one of the good guys.
He is one of the good guys.
Yeah. Okay. A motion to discharge a committee from a question referred by... Good God. Let me try this again. This is a mouthful.
Motion to discharge a committee.
A motion to discharge a committee from a question referred by the subsidiary motion to commit.
Correct.
Okay. Specifies a later time for considering the question and does not make it a special order. Period.
What? Start over.
I told you this is a mouthful.
What's Ken talking about? Notice for... Is there something I need to know about?
Notice about what, Ken?
Yeah, I'm now worried.
You're
Notice of what?
just going to confuse the hell out of us. What are you talking about?
And it's funny only because JJ and I were talking about notice in private about something else. So he was helping me with a question somebody had.
Okay, let's try this again. If he gives a sentence, then the question.
Okay, there's a motion to commit. No, motion to discharge.
Motion to discharge a committee, just generally. Not actually, it hasn't come up yet.
Oh, well, I talked about those in another show.
Yeah.
I talked about the notice issues with Delaware, if that's what we're talking about. Or are we on to Massachusetts now?
Whatever the attempt to fuck around de jour is.
Yeah, just when you think things couldn't get better, we have a Libertarian Party staff member who says recall petitions are aggression.
Which is stupid because they're actually self-defense.
And
Anyway.
but no, there wouldn't be any consequences out of removing your secretary for saying her mean words on her YouTube channel hurt your feels. No consequences at all.
Anyway. Okay, let's try this again.
Way to fuck over the affiliates, LNC.
Yeah. A motion to discharge a committee from a question referred by the subsidiary motion to commit.
So you have a committee that got a question through the motion to commit, which is generally how committees get it, and now they want to discharge this committee.
It specifies, but the motion to discharge specifies a later time for considering the question and does not make it a special order.
Okay.
Them's the facts. Here's the
so
question.
it's a general order then.
So, okay, them's the facts. Here's the question. If adopted, the question comes up, excuse me.
Hope it doesn't come up your colon.
No, that's pizza. A, under the same conditions as calling up the motion to reconsider. B, under the heading of reports of committees, since the object is to handle the classes of business at the same time. C, under the same conditions as if postponed to that time without making it a special order, that is a general order for the time named. Or D, immediately.
C.
It is C.
Yeah, I said it was a general order.
You already kind of
Yeah.
got to the options.
Yeah. It's a general order. I don't. Do we really need? I don't think we need to go through. I mean, when something's set for a time and it's not made a special order, it's a general order.
Right.
I mean, we can go to the thing because there might be something interesting to read.
It was,
and thank you, DJL, for not leaving me behind.
Section 36.
Oh, while he's looking, I want to tell you all. So I think Wayne agreed, or maybe I just wanted him to agree. So I'm going to say he agreed. He agreed.
Rejecting much?
Yeah, he agreed that if I win reinstatement, that I could get my anarchy tattoo, but I can't really do that. Well, maybe I can. It depends on how my finances are, because I make money by selling plasma, and you can't donate plasma within a year of getting a tattoo. So I have to be able to afford to stop doing that at least for a year. But I think I have his blessing. If I win, as a reward, if I win, I can get it. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Instead of my fake tattoo. I'd get it right here.
That's just henna. Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's a fake one.
Yeah. I don't do tattoos. That's personal preference. So, to each their own.
I'm not much into them either, but, like, my political views now are so much like fucking red pill part of my personality that...
Like I said, to each their own.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so we are at, under further rules and explanations for discharging a committee. The paragraph is effective discharging a committee. And it says as follows.
But why would this be... Okay. This should be under postpone to a certain time, don't you think?
Maybe, but we'll see what they say here. Okay. I'm going to back up just a hair. When a committee is discharged from further consideration of a question which was pending at the time of its referral, and which was referred by the means of subsidiary motion to commit, we've seen this before, the question comes before the assembly automatically at that time unless the committee is discharged by means of a motion and includes the specification of a later time for considering it. If no later time was specified in the motion, the question can then be postponed if desired, or if the assembly wishes to drop the matter, the question can be postponed indefinitely. If a motion to discharge a committee specifies a later time for considering the question and does not make it a special order, the question becomes up under the same conditions as if postponed to that time without making a commitment. Special order.
Right.
That is, it is a general order for the time named.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Simple.
Straightforward.
I need to, because I want to stay ahead of you.
We need to go mark it up.
You bastard. You bastard. Anyone who watches the IT crowd knows. I did not sleep with you, you bastard. Here you go.
You're the one asking the question now.
Oh, am I?
Yes.
I wanted to get another one ahead of you. Okay.
See, she cheats.
Are you ready?
No, but that's okay.
This is too short.
That's not what she said.
Oh, no, she definitely would say that. Are you ready? Oh, what? Okay, I got it. I got it. I needed to read it first. The time limit applicable to a motion to take from the table includes all of the following except
Oh boy.
A, at any time within a quarterly period. B, at the next regular business session if it is held before a quarterly time period has elapsed. C, on the day the motion was laid on the table. D, at an appropriate adjourned meeting.
And this is a motion to what again?
To take from the table.
The motion to take on the table. As it says in order.
Includes all of the following except. Okay.
All the following except.
Yeah,
Okay.
I figured you didn't catch that because
didn't
I would
catch
always
that.
fuck up the test when I forgot that.
I hate those flip overs.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me A.
At any time within a quarterly period.
Give me B.
At the next regular business session if it is held before a quarterly time period has elapsed.
Okay, C
On the day the motion was laid on the table.
and D.
At an appropriate adjourned meeting.
Okay, C I know is a case where they can do it. I think that was my phone.
It
making that
was.
noise, probably.
It was.
Anyway, I know it's not confirming I'm right. It just makes weird noises sometimes. Give me D again.
At an appropriate adjourned meeting.
That makes sense. Give me B.
At the next regular business session if it is held before a quarterly time period has elapsed.
I would buy that too. So I'm gonna say that A is the answer to this question because the rest of them make sense.
So A, at any time within a quarterly time period?
Yes.
You
is
are
the exception.
You are correct.
Cool.
And Julian finally joined the LP. Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes, Queen. You're caught up with me again, you bastard.
Oh, I just pulled ahead again.
No.
Oh, let's see. No, we're caught up. Sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't count today.
Yeah. Okay.
What's the reference point?
Reference is. Oh my God.
Holy shit.
What the hell is that? What's.
The fuck? No, it is not line 3,435 on page 301. I think they forgot a hyphen in there. See, that's part of the problem with these questions. Besides the fact we have April who writes shitty questions, they don't proofread them worth a damn.
They don't. I used to send them all the errors too. I was such a fucking
I don't
bitch.
blame you. Okay, 301, 34, 35. That is further rules and explanations.
Of
under
what section?
Section 34. Take from the table.
Take from the table, and it's where under further rules and explanations.
The very first
Right there.
lines. Yeah, it starts right there.
Uh-huh.
So whatever that is, what is it? 34 what for you? 34
34 3.
We'll see who really cheats now. Oh, really?
34 3.
Okay. Time limits on taking a question from the table. How far does this thing roll over? Okay, into the next page, and there's something on 213. We'll worry about that later. A question has been laid on the table, remains there, and can be taken from the table during the same session, or if the next regular business session will be held before a quarterly time interval is elapsed, see page 89 and 90. Also at this next session after it was laid on the table. If not taken from the table within these time limits, the question dies, although it can also be reintroduced later as a new question.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty straightforward.
Right, so it can't be just within the quarter,
Right.
which is what A said.
And the other one about it was taking a question from the table under lay on the table. It was lay on the table. Back on 213.
Okay.
And it says, any member can move to take a question from the table in a regular meeting or in a meeting that is an adjournment of a regular meeting.
Right, that's the adjourned meeting one.
You're right. A question. I wish they'd change it to say adjournment from a regular meeting. 'cause
That's
that
an
would make more
adjourned meeting.
Well, yeah, it would make more sense. Adjournment of a meeting means you're done. Adjournment from means you picked it back up.
Right.
Again, this is what happens when they don't proofread and use good English. Anyway, a question can be taken from the table at a special meeting only if it has been laid on the table and that meeting, or if the intention has been, or if the intention that it be taken from the table. What are you doing over there?
I'm sore.
That's what she said.
Oh, yes, baby.
You're not the one. You're not the one walking around with a jammed toe. So you know.
I don't want to hear about your toe jam.
It got jammed on a piece of wood. But anyway,
Mine's from shooting. At least mine's from a good old-fashioned libertarian
you
exercise.
leave your sex life out of this.
Out bow shooting. Like a good libertarian. Now I gotta go build my bunker.
She just said Wayne's boat. Anyway, I think we murdered that question. We're working on her.
It went down the wrong pipe. That's what she said.
No, we're just trying to make sure we execute me under a special order 33. by
No,
getting
that's
you first.
resolution 33.
We're getting you first.
Resolution 33. So we're gonna go out. We're
Yeah.
gonna go out bow. Now Wayne wants a bow, so we're gonna go out shooting.
When you go out shooting bows and arrows. Yes.
Yes.
You're going into archery.
I like it better than the guns, actually,
Okay, why?
because.
Outside of the fact you've never shot your pistol.
But well, I haven't shot the one he got me. No, because I don't like the kickback. The kickback frightens me. I don't like it. So I only like.
It depends on the gun.
So I only like shooting the 22, and that's barely a gun.
Well, there are some out there, including some 9s that they have a spiral recoil built into the pistol, which actually minimizes the recoil.
Yeah, I don't like any recoil though. It makes me nervous. So that's why I like the bow.
30 at 6. But anyway. Okay, are you ready? What is this about?
And the guns are too loud. Like my ears are so fucking sensitive.
That's what they make earphones for.
Then I can't hear anything else.
Yes, you can.
No, you
Yes, you
can't.
can. Yes.
I have one of
I
those
go
ones.
shooting at my neighbor's range all the time. Yes, you can.
Go ahead. Just go ahead. Go on. ignore this finger.
Well, that's because you're in California, Jim.
Yeah.
Because the only thing is,
Yeah,
you can
with
shoot
the
with
People's
bow and arrow.
Republic of California is
Yes, I
an
know.
entirely different thing.
I know you carry a ceremonial dagger and they lose their shit. But anyway, okay, what are we talking about?
I don't know. Tell me.
A question. Tell me what your question. Oh, it's about a postponed question.
Okay, tell me about it. Stud.
Do I look like a 2x4 to you? Anyway, when the time to which, good God, when the time to which a question, who writes this shit? When, I can't even say it. When the time to which a question has been postponed arrives, God, you see why I have trouble saying this.
Yeah, I know. It's like Yoda speak.
Worse. And the question is taken up. Which of the following actions may the assembly take?
So, a question was postponed to a certain time.
Yeah.
The
that
time
is now.
arrives,
Yes.
and they take it up. They tooketh up the question.
Yes. What can they do with it?
What can they do with the question, or what other things can they do?
What it says? Which of the following actions can they take? So
Okay.
What can they do?
Okay.
A. It may not adopt the motion that was postponed,
Well, who's it?
meaning the assembly.
Okay. It's like it lays.
I'm sorry.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
It may not adopt the motion that was postponed. Well, what the hell are you doing with it?
So wait. So basically, A says they're considering it and they can reject it.
No, it says they may not adopt the motion that was
Right.
postponed.
They may not adopt it.
No, it's prohibiting them from doing it. is what they're saying.
Oh, I thought you were saying they may not, maybe they won't adopt it.
The assembly, it doesn't say the assembly may not choose to adopt it.
Oh,
It says
okay.
they just can't do it.
Then what? Okay.
Okay, so
The time arrived, though, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
B, it may postpone action if the additional delay will not interfere with the proper handling of the postponed motion. C, it may adopt the motion that was postponed. Or D, all of the above are correct.
I think you're reading A wrong
Maybe I am.
because B and C are right. Has to be D, which means
It is D.
yeah. A was the way I
But
read
I'm
it.
also going to argue that they worded these answers
Yeah,
correct.
but A, the way I understood it was correct.
It is D, yes. You
Okay,
are correct.
okay,
The way,
okay.
The way they've
Okay.
worded this is bad because when something says may not be done, that is a 100% restrictive statement.
But it says it may. Yeah, I don't know. To me, it cannot is restrictive. May not means they can choose.
See, I would say they may choose not to adopt. That's
I
more
think
accurate.
may implies the choice, though.
Yeah.
But it's
Anyway,
D, so I'm ahead of you
There's been a big
again.
argument in the technical writing world about whether may equals shall. I disagree completely.
No, may is you can. May.
I agree with you. But there are people who claim that may equals shall, and I'm going bullshit.
People can be stupid.
I agree.
I
Yeah.
almost said a politically incorrect
If you look
word.
at the questions, A and C are the opposites of each other anyway. Because A is it may not, and C is it may. So.
Right.
Okay. But yes, it definitely was D.
Okay. I don't even think that's obvious.
Yeah.
The postponement was a red herring,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. That was
Because two of the choices
that's
were.
That's how it got here.
Yeah, you can adopt or not adopt it, and in any postponement, you can't postpone it. You can't use a postpone to a time certain to defeat it. Like, just do postpone indefinitely then. Like, you can't postpone a decision by which a decision needs to be made by 2 till 3.
Well, actually,
No, you can't.
yet the General Assembly in Denver does it all the time.
Well, I'm talking about per Robert's rules. I don't know about their rules.
Yeah.
All I know is under here, you can't do that. You can't use the motion to postpone to defeat the motion.
They habitually do a postpone to the day after the session.
That's then the
closes.
equivalent of a postpone
It
indefinitely. to
is,
me.
but I think the reason they do that is that if they have a special session called, then they can take it back up again. But
they can take it back. Well, I don't know about them. In our thing,
it's the state legislature.
Yeah.
Nobody ever accused. It's your turn to ask me. Nobody ever accused them of being smart.
yeah. All right. Yeah, but in our circumstance here, you couldn't. So.
Excuse me. That's pizza and beer right there.
Oh, this one should be easy. I didn't read it yet, but it's
what she
short.
That's
It's short.
what she said too.
It should be short and easy. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Petite and ready. Anyway.
Which of the following are standard descriptive characteristics of the previous question?
Standard descriptive characteristics of
I'll call the question bitches.
Previous question. Okay.
A. It takes precedence over all debatable or amendable motions to which it is applied.
Okay.
B. It yields to all privileged motions.
Okay.
C. It takes precedence over the subsidiary motions to limit or extend limits of debate. D. All of the above are correct.
D.
It is.
Yeah. I knew A was right, and B made sense, and C, yeah, it makes sense.
So, let's see. Section 16, which should be previous question.
It is.
And page 198.
Standard descriptive characteristics 1 and 1.
1. All it does is repeat the question, so that it's just something you got to learn. But I mean, it makes sense as well.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just thought through it logically.
Basically, calling the previous question says, "Stop. Let's settle this."
Hammer time.
Yeah.
It's
It's like screech. Stop. Let's just decide this and move on. Yes. It is the hammer. It is dropping the hammer. Yes. Oh, you want me to write something up here?
Well, you won that
Okay.
one,
I'll
right?
take this one from here. and
No,
put it
don't
over.
fuck you, man. See, I'm trying to keep you on track. I should just let you forget to put a point.
As Abbott and Costello once proved, and it's on YouTube, 13 times 7 is 28.
And
You're like, what?
so, is it you now?
Yeah, I get to ask a question.
But even as me.
No, that was an odd one.
Oh, yeah. Wait, but I
Give me the
asked you
calendar.
this one.
Yes, you did. I get to ask you.
Oh, so we screwed up the days because normally you ask the odd
Oh,
ones.
because it was the end of the month. Duh.
Yeah, but we're going to keep going, so you're even now.
Okay. Back and forth.
Because I'm not giving you 2 chances to get ahead. That ain't fair.
I don't like to get ahead. That's the woman's job is to get ahead. I don't go that direction.
You only play for one team.
Yes, I do, and I enjoy playing for that team. And they enjoy it too.
Oh, and you're humble as well.
That's my wife.
Lydia! Mr. Lover. They call him Mr. Boombastic.
Wow, wow.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, this is a long one. A lot of words here. Okay. I hate these. Other standard descriptive characteristics of commit
Okay.
include which of the following? Okay. A. The assembly can reconsider the vote on the motion to commit provided that the committee has not begun consideration of the question.
Mm-hmm.
B. The assembly can discharge the committee only when, oh God, this is compound. A. The committee has failed to report as ordered, or B. While considering a report of the committee. C. This is not part of the previous. The assembly can discharge the committee only when the committee has failed to report as ordered. D. The assembly can reconsider the vote on the motion to commit, provided that the committee has not reported.
A.
Are you sure? That's a lot of words there.
A.
It is A.
Boom, checka, wow, wow.
And by pure elimination, I would have said A also, because B doesn't make it. B created a whole lot of confusion.
Yeah, B made no sense. C made no sense. D, no, because I knew you can discharge them before they report.
Right. So that's pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Oh, oops, sorry.
But you can't.
Smacking my
You could.
sore toe into your foot here.
So, the difference there between A and D was A was talking about a reconsideration.
Right.
Right. And D was a discharge. And it's different.
No, A said it can reconsider the vote.
Yeah, reconsider.
And so did D.
Oh, it said reconsider? I thought it said discharge.
No, well, no, B was discharged.
Okay.
And so was C.
Okay, well, I knew you could.
The difference was A was talking about it.
Right, you
the
can't reconsider
committee
after they started working.
Right, but they're saying the committee hasn't started working yet on A.
Right, and D they have, but they
yeah.
just haven't reported.
Right, D they've started. They haven't
Right,
even
with D you can't reconsider, but you can discharge.
Right, you can't reconsider. Yeah, because once they're in, they're stuck.
Right.
Until you chuck them out, you just can't say, "Oh, well, never mind."
Right. You can't, but you can
really,
discharge
a motion
them.
to reconsider to commit to a committee anyway is the same as if it acts the same as a discharge, because you're saying the same thing, but discharge is the correct motion.
Well, and different people can move to discharge and can move to reconsider, and there's
Right.
different time limits.
Yeah, but the effect is the same, even if the way you get there is a little different.
Yes.
So okay, the next one is a Sunday.
Well, no. Like for instance, if you put something to a committee, and there was a motion to postpone indefinitely adhering to it, when the committee reports it out, the motion to postpone indefinitely goes away.
Right.
But if you reconsider the commitment, it's back with the postpone indefinitely.
Man, this carpet's still shedding.
I know, it's terrible. It's
Stuck on the
terrible.
bottom of my shoe.
So there is some differences.
Okay. The net effect almost is the same idea.
Yeah.
It'll be different.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one was a Sunday.
Now it's my turn for a double dip.
That's what she said. See, when properly viewed, everything is lewd, Mr. Tom Lehrer.
Ow. 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 Ow.
Why? That's a direct.
My
I was
shoulder.
going to say that's a direct quote.
No, my shoulder is killing me from that bow.
Anyway. Okay. Oh, it's more reconsider.
Okay.
Which of the following is an improper purpose of the motion to reconsider?
Oh, that was the thing.
Oh, you should get this. This is actually pretty easy.
Oh, God, don't say that. I always fuck those up.
A, to take into account a changed situation. B, to take into account add information.
What? Does it say what?
Which of the following is
No, but what did B say?
to take into account added information?
Oh, added. Okay, gotcha.
What do you think I said?
Just add.
Oh.
I'm like,
C, to permit correction of hasty, ill-advised, or erroneous action. Or D, none of the above.
what?
Remember, this is an improper.
I know,
purpose.
but I'll. Okay, say it again.
Which of the following is an improper purpose of the motion to reconsider?
It's D, none of the above.
Yes.
Okay. It confused me for a minute. Yes,
That's
okay.
why I'm saying you should get this.
Yeah,
It was
no,
actually easy.
I got confused.
Because
yes.
to take into account a changed situation or add information.
Yes, those are all correct.
Basically the same thing. Those are correct.
Yeah.
To permit correction of something that was hasty or ill-advised.
Yes.
That's also
Yes.
So those
Okay.
are all correct.
Yes.
So yes.
Yeah. Yeah. But so what would be an improper one?
To reconsider.
Yeah.
Let's see. To basically try to change everybody's mind without new information.
Well, I don't think that's improper.
Without new information?
Without new information, I can talk to blah, blah, blah.
Well, because hasty doesn't mean you have new information. So
Well, why would it be considered hasty?
Because they didn't think about the information that they had.
Because that means they
It's not new, though.
well, it means they didn't add it. They
Look,
changed.
I want to. Where's that at? I want to see what it says is improper.
Section 37. 315. A lot of reconsiders today.
37. Where?
Hang on, I'm getting there. 315, which is let's see, 19 to 23. That is unique characteristics. Wait a minute. Excuse me.
Standard.
No, excuse me. First paragraph. Very first paragraph. Second sentence.
Very first paragraph of the chapter.
Of the section. Yes.
It doesn't say an improper though.
The second sentence.
Yeah, but it doesn't say and.
The purpose of the reconsidering a vote is to permit correction of hasty, ill-advised, or erroneous action, or take account added information or change of situation that has developed since the taking of the vote.
It doesn't say, however, it's not a purpose to X. I would say to delay things, to gunk up the works. That would be improper, right?
I'm kind of skimming here.
No, they would put that in here so it doesn't give examples of improper. Only gives examples of proper. Did I put my score up there?
I thought you did.
Wait, am I still ahead of you? Yes.
By
Okay.
one, yeah, that's right.
All right. Yeah, it doesn't give an example of improper. So I'd say to delay things, to be dilatory, to be Aaron Starr.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, Aaron Starr, the Aaron Starr example.
Okay. Extend limits of debate. Here you go.
And hello on Twitch. Sup, guys? So I'm odd now. Who's odd now?
Well, do you like it?
Oh, wow.
You
Okay.
heard about Venezuela? What about Venezuela?
I've heard of them.
We've heard of it.
I mean, we're Americans. We're
place
pretty
where-
stupid about the rest of the world, but we're not that stupid.
Place of lots of oil and lots of socialism.
Yeah.
2010. No, it started long before that. But anyway, that's just the most recent pile.
Yeah, and that's not really the scope of what we're doing here, though. It would be a fascinating topic for another day.
I don't think they worry about Robert's rules in Venezuela too much.
Are you ready?
No, but okay.
Oh my God, one of my eyelashes.
You losing one?
It's floating in my eyeball, I think.
Which one?
Which eyeball?
Yeah, seriously.
One of these two.
Well, duh. Come on, look over here. Let's see.
No, I think it's good now. I think it's good. No, it's good now.
Okay. Close your eyes a second. Turn towards me a little more. No, turn your head the other way. The other way. Now close your eyes. Okay, I wasn't trying to fall off there. I thought it was. Okay.
Are you ready?
We also play Simon Says sometimes.
Are you ready?
Whoever the hell Simon is.
Here we go. When an assembly adopts a motion to limit or extend limits of debate, it is said to have adopted which of the following parliamentary term or terms?
Okay.
A, an order. B, a standing rule. C, a special order. D, a special rule.
Just an order.
Yep.
I knew it wasn't a standing rule.
Yeah. I don't. Okay, let's see where this says this. So, it's under
Section
16. Oh, is that extender?
That's 15, actually.
Oh, you and I both said 16.
No, you said 15. You said 16.
No, you did too. I heard you.
No, you didn't.
I heard you.
No, you didn't.
What's it under? Modified debate?
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
That's 1922 30. It is in the. It's the beginning of the third paragraph, right at the beginning.
So it's under subsidiary motions.
No, limit to extend limits of debates.
Right.
Yellow
It's
tab.
under right, which is subsidiary
Yeah.
motions.
Yellow tab.
And where did you say?
Oh, you're using my cheat sheet. Oh, my color code cheat sheet. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Mike made this. I would suggest so it lets you know what the tabs are. It's very helpful.
I made a shortcut.
So where now you got to find it.
350.
You can find it and you can read it.
Yeah, I had a second. Okay. Limit or extend limits of debate. Mm-hmm. The top of the section. It's the third paragraph.
Top of the section.
From
What?
the very third paragraph down.
Okay, you're gonna read it. Go
Okay.
ahead.
When an assembly adopts a motion to limit or extend limits of debate, it is said to adopt an order, in quotes, taking such action. The word order, as applied in this sense, should not be confused with the technical terms order of the day, general order and special order as used in...
Whatever. Yeah. Okay, so it's 15-3
Yeah.
on here. All right. Did you put your tickety tick?
No, I was too busy reading.
Okay. See, I'm reminding you. I'm being so honest.
Yeah, sure you are.
At least right now.
Until you start cheating again.
Until
Now, give me the damn calendar.
And I got a Radical Caucus meeting tonight. I don't know if I want to go to it. Last time I went to it was such a fucking nightmare. They were all talking over each other for hours, and I was like, I gotta go. I can't take this anymore.
That's when you yell and scream, "Order!"
There was no rules.
Shut the fuck up!
There was
person at a
no
time.
rules. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah. It's anarchy for you.
No, that's not.
As misapplied.
Right. That's bad anarchy, not
Whatever
good
the hell
anarchy.
misapply is, but she's
That-
I think she's related to April.
And I told Anna, I'm like, you're supposed to be chairing this damn thing. Chair it.
Yeah.
My God, it was a nightmare. That's when I posted that unorganized or chaotic meetings make me feel stabby.
Oh yeah.
That's what that was. I was feeling very stabby.
I thought that was about the LNC.
No, that was about the Radical Caucus, man. It was a nightmare.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute.
What?
I gotta read this first.
No.
I gotta figure what they're saying.
No.
I gotta figure out what they're saying so I can say it correctly.
No.
Otherwise, I'll confuse the hell everybody. Okay, I'm just gonna read this all. Good luck.
Oh, God.
A vote on motion.
What? Stop. Start again.
Okay, a vote on motion A,
A vote on motion A.
whatever the hell A is taken under an order limiting debate, and the vote on motion A is reconsidered after the order is exhausted.
Yes.
Which of the following is correct?
Okay.
Okay, you with me so far?
No, start again.
Okay.
You have A.
Right. It's taken up under an order limiting debate.
Right.
Okay. The vote on the motion is that motion A is reconsidered after that order on limiting debate is exhausted. Okay? Which is correct? Here's your choices. A. The order limiting debate no longer applies.
Yeah.
B. The order limiting debate only applies to reconsideration of A. C. The order limiting debate still applies to both the motion to reconsider and the reconsideration of A. Or D. The order limiting debate only applies to the motion to reconsider.
A.
Yes.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah.
Like,
An order limiting debate does not adhere to the question. It adheres to a period of time within.
once it's exhausted.
Right.
Now, if it hadn't been exhausted,
Then it would still apply.
would it apply to both the reconsideration and A or just A? Because it was originally applied to A.
I would argue both.
Yeah, that's a good question, but we don't need to worry about
I
that.
would argue both.
I would too, because
if
it-
you're still within a time frame.
Because it's
whatever
the
hell is going on in that-
proceedings. It's
yeah,
the proceedings.
Whatever going in that time frame still has that.
Unless the motion was motion to limit debate on A.
Yeah.
Normally, it's
Now here's the question: is the converse true? JJ, are you? Here's a good one for you. Okay, if the motion is originally under an order limiting debate and it's exhausted, according to this, if you reconsider it after the
no, not exhausted, because this is right. We knew this.
after the order of limit debate's exhausted, it doesn't apply. But here's the question: what if the reverse? What if the order is taken up under a period of time when it's not when you're not limiting debate, but then it's reconsidered during a period when it is under limits of debate?
You worded
Does
that so
apply?
weird.
It's a
Okay.
flip.
No, but that was so confusing. Let's say you had an order limiting debate,
Yes.
and during that time period,
You're reconsidering something that was previously addressed.
right, and the time frame hasn't been exhausted.
Right.
Does the reconsideration is it still under that order, or is it just the original motion that's being reconsidered?
Right. Does the limit on debate adhere itself to the reconsideration?
I wonder
or does
if we can find this.
Yeah.
Because now I want to know.
The question ultimately is: does it apply to a period of time within the meeting, or does it apply to specific motions?
Here it talks about reconsidering the limits of debate.
This is 37, and they're saying section 37, which is reconsider, page 325-ish. Let me find it. It's under reconsider tab, green. This is a good
Which
question.
is a bring back, right? Yep.
Yep. This is a good question because this goes to a fundamental structure of meetings. 21 to 24, 325, which is reconsideration. No, excuse me. Just before that.
JJ said, I think the reconsideration would be limited
To debate, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Okay. This is 21 to 24, which is the paragraph right above reconsideration of subsidiary privileges and emotions.
Where?
Okay. Hang on. Under further rules and explanations, towards the back of that, there's one titled "Reconsideration of Subsidiary Privilege."
Yes.
Okay, the paragraph right above that.
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't help.
Okay, let me read this one. It says, when reconsideration takes place after exhaustion of the previous question or a limitation or extension.
But
debate,
we before
these orders are
exhaustion.
not coming back into force, and debate or amendment is subject to ordinary rules.
Right, but what about before it's exhausted?
Yeah, I think we need to look under limits of debate.
No, it's not there. I looked there already.
Okay.
But I would think logically it would.
Well, if the limits on debate are applied to a specific time block of your meeting, then I would say what falls under there, yes, it would. But if it adheres to motions, which I think it can also, then the question is, does it stay with it?
I think it does because reconsider sticks to that motion.
Yeah. This is an interesting question.
Okay. Well, JJ will have to check and let us know. This is advanced.
So, well, not only is it advanced, but I think this goes to a fundamental structure of how meetings can be run.
Yeah, but I think it would because a reconsider doesn't extend on its own. It adheres.
Did you mark yourself up there?
Yes.
Okay. There you go.
I did. I did.
Yeah, that's a really good question because that's an interesting one.
Okay. Uh-oh. Now we have Resolution 14. What the fuck is Resolution 14?
Well, that puts me in the soccer goal. I used to award number 14 all the time when I was in
Yeah,
youth
because
sports.
we're talking about Resolution 14 now,
Yeah.
just so you know.
I
All
was
right.
playing basketball at 14, soccer I was 14, and you name it. Got to the point where I was like, 14 here.
You ready? Are you ready, Mr. Seebeck?
No, but I'll try anyway.
The recommended phraseology
Oh boy.
for the motion to postpone indefinitely the consideration of Resolution 14 is...
The motion to postpone definitely.
Indefinitely.
Indefinitely.
Yeah, how do you word your motion to postpone indefinitely the consideration of Resolution 14?
Mr. Chair, I move to take that motion and go. Anyway.
A. I move that we postpone indefinitely consideration of Resolution 14.
Okay.
B. I move that we indefinitely postpone consideration of Resolution 14.
Keep going.
C. I move that Resolution 14 be postponed indefinitely. D. All of the above.
Give me A again.
I move that we postpone indefinitely consideration of Resolution 14.
B.
I move that we indefinitely postpone consideration of Resolution 14.
C.
I move that Resolution 14 be postponed indefinitely.
I want to go with that one because I think you have to use the phraseology of the type of motion which is postponed indefinitely.
Well, that's also used in A, just to let you know. I'm not trying to influence you in any way.
I think C is simpler.
Yeah,
Better
C is correct.
Okay, I think C is better stated.
Yeah, and I don't know why I don't like these recommended phraseology things because to me, that's exactly the type of thing I'm a heretic against.
Sure.
If everyone knows what the fuck is being asked, I don't care if the magic words.
Yeah.
You know, this is the type of shit that drives me crazy in Roberts.
Oh, sure.
And that appeal that I successfully did in California, the first time they tried to delete the platform, was over that because it was obvious that a member was trying to raise a point of order, but didn't know the words.
Yeah.
Point of order. And I successfully argued to the JC that it was obvious what the member wanted to do, and their lack of knowledge of the incantation shouldn't matter.
Sure.
Oh, so
Okay.
before we get to this, 37.9, number 5.
Which is reconsider, and I think that's a standard characteristic. Again, I'm working off of 11. She's working off of
37.9, number 5.
Is that a standard descriptive characteristic? It
Yes.
sure looks like.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So reconsider is debatable whenever the motion proposed to be reconsidered would be debatable.
Okay.
It's talking about
Right.
orders in a minute here.
Yeah.
It opens to debate the merits of the question,
Right.
whose reconsideration is proposed. When the motion proposed to be reconsidered is not debatable, either because of its nature or because it is subject to an unexhausted order for the previous question. It doesn't talk about...
Keep going.
Okay. The motion to reconsider is undebatable. Okay. Similarly, if the previous question is... That's still previous question.
Keep going. Keep going.
It doesn't talk about...
The effect of any questions using...
This is all about previous question, not about limit or extent. Well, a previous question is a form of limit debate. It's end debate, but...
Yeah. We're talking about limitations on debate itself.
Yeah. But I would think, though, there's a principle here that applies.
Yeah.
So I don't think this is directly on point, but I think principally it is. So if it was under previous question, which is a form of extreme form of limiting debate, it would be subject to it. So I would say if it was under some kind of time limit of it that's not exhausted, it would still be subject to it. Yeah.
It's a very fine hair, but yeah.
Yeah, Ken just realized who JJ was.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he's the guy who actually knew what the fuck he was talking about in my appeal, unlike Whitney and the rest of the merry band of 11.
I can say it, so that's why I did.
Oh, no, I can say, what are they going to do? Remove me? All I can say is thank God we don't have expulsion measures in the National Party. Don't you think those fuckers would have expelled me?
They're going to take away your birthday.
Don't you think they would have if they could?
They'd try, yeah.
No, if they could, they would have.
Yeah.
Because they are so butthurt.
I know.
To me, I find it so funny that little old me was able to just wrap a national committee of the third largest political party in this country around its axle. Just me. I wrapped them so badly around their own axle.
Only because they don't bother to read their own damn rules.
But I just think it's funny. Like, who am I? You know? It's like I'm not no fucking political operative or big, you know? And
the stupid thing of it was, none of it was necessary. And they shouldn't, instead of worrying about what the hell you were saying, they shouldn't be focusing on frickin' real politics.
Like Dustin Nana said.
COVID, yes.
But the funny thing is, they're really, really regretting it now because it's the shadow that looms over every single
and the
thing
cascading
they
effect
do.
now, we're trying to claim everything is a frickin' NAP violation of speech is ridiculous. Whether it's a recall, Massachusetts, or...
Did you see Joshua's clapback before it got deleted? On the LNC list.
Which clapback to who?
Okay. So Joshua proposed...
It's probably in my inbox, but yeah.
Yeah, because they can't delete it from your inbox.
Nope.
So Joshua put on the public list a motion basically to say that Tara DeSisto should be fired.
Which she should be. She
should be. But they came at him with a rule, and I told him, we talked on the phone after this. I said, they're right, but... and he got dogpiled. By Susan saying it was unsubstantiated slander when he substantiated it. He had screenshots.
The receipts, yeah.
I know. It's like, Susan, did you either ignore the attachments or not see them?
Yeah, he brought the receipts.
So everyone was... but dogpiling him, saying our policy manual says that if you have an issue with staff, it's to be brought up to the EPCC.
Right.
The EPCC will investigate and make a recommendation to the LNC.
Right.
And they were badgering him, why didn't you follow those rules? So here's what Joshua's clapback was.
Because you didn't follow the rules about reporting his misconduct to the executive committee. Yeah,
exactly. He goes, yeah, but the paragraph before that says if you have a problem with an LNC member, and he's like, if you were exempted from that rule, why am I not exempted from this one? It was like...
And you know what? That's something that should have been argued in your appeal.
I did argue it in my appeal.
About the policy manual?
I did argue it in my appeal. And
it was never mentioned in the ruling.
Yes, it is. Alicia Matson mentioned it. And she basically said, I don't care. No, I did.
That's Alicia. Duckfoot has a habit of ignoring what things she doesn't like.
I argued that even if she kept saying that I admitted the harassment policy applied, which I did not. I said that's the only one that could in any.
Yeah.
I didn't say it had merit. I just said on facially.
Yeah,
You know,
she wasn't paying attention.
right. The other ones didn't apply to me at all. So all I said is the only one that could possibly apply to me, I didn't say it was true, was the harassment policy. However, if that was true, there's a procedure for handling it, which is reporting to the executive committee. And she said she didn't care. No, I did argue that.
Okay. Anyway, I get to ask the next question. Yes.
I didn't argue the paragraph Joshua clapped back with, though, because it says it in multiple places in the policy manual. I forgot about this place. Yeah. It says it in the harassment policy itself.
Right. Okay.
So it was just like, listen, when Joshua's on fire, he is on fire. And the way he voted for the APRC thing, did you see that too?
Yeah. The APRC thing, that you got removed from that because you got removed from the LNC, right?
Yeah, but
you were filling it as an LNC member.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
But and so the 3 candidates, 2 of them were evil.
Yes.
And the other one was Pat Ford, who's good.
Yeah.
So rather than ranking everybody, Joshua just stuck it to him and he said, "Here's my rank. 1, Pat Ford. That's it." Because let me tell you, Eric and Stephen Nikala they're catching some deep shit for voting to put Sarwark on that committee.
They should.
And Eric, you can still change your vote today, and you should, because here's the thing.
The vote's still active, isn't it?
Yeah, you can change it. You want Misa's support? I think this is a deal breaker. Honestly, I think it's a deal breaker for you. Stephen Nikala has a much longer history with the caucus. I think he survives it easily. But Eric, I think you do not understand how badly the Sarwarks have injured people who are now your allies. I would change your vote if I were you. And if you don't think you can change it in a meaningful way, you need to just vote Noda. And I have another bitch about it. Noda isn't on that ballot. Why the fuck isn't Noda on that ballot?
Noda's supposed to be on the ballot by definition.
But the secretary did not put Noda on that ballot.
The secretary didn't read the damn rules.
Well, the motion didn't say it either. I'm not going to put it squarely on the feet of the secretary, as much as I'd like to. There is something, though. Those fucking minutes. You can't even get the footer formatted properly. Did you look at those minutes? Did you look at the way the footer was formatted?
I did, and I'm going, dude, I can do that, and I'm not a secretary.
If you don't understand the complicated...
If you don't understand how to use Word...
Well, the formatting is complicated. So he used one of my old templates. If you don't understand how I set it up, then just delete the fucking footer. Don't have these lines all over the place and put that up for approval in the third largest political party.
Yeah, don't make it look
it's
like a
so
brick.
unprofessional.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, when Alicia gave me her template, there were some things in it I didn't like or I didn't understand. I created my own.
Yeah.
This dude's using my fucking template. And I've been very ass-mad about that. Create your own, dude. I created my own. There was hostilities between Alicia and I. I didn't feel right using her complete template because we weren't getting along.
Yeah.
You're fraudulently in my seat and you're using my template. Ass-mad I am.
Careful.
I know.
I
am ass mad. I don't care if it's petty.
But don't take it on your green screen.
No, that case is meant to.
Yeah, I know.
I have a right to be a little salty, I think. And I like John. As I told you multiple times, I think John Wilford's a nice guy. I don't think he's a great secretary.
Know what he's doing, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's a great secretary, but I think he's a super, super nice guy.
Anyway, you have a comment from Ken here.
Oh.
Any subcommittee can be overridden by the action of the main committee anyway.
But the LNC never overrides anything, Ken. I don't want to hear about this theoretical override. Tell me one time the LNC has ever overridden APRC. I'll wait. I'll be waiting a fucking long time. Yeah. Valerie Sarwark, my ass.
Ew.
Or Chris Lucchini, both of them.
They used to? When?
When? Not.
I've never seen it in 20 years in a party.
I haven't seen it since I've been on the LNC in 2016. I've never seen the LNC override the APRC. Yeah, they've overridden...
Other committees.
I can't even think of it. Maybe the convention committee.
They might have done that with Oregon, but...
No. That's... Well, I'm sorry.
No,
with the convention committee, with the whole COVID thing, I think No, we overrode the chair. We didn't override the convention committee. We took away power from the chair.
Yeah.
But I've never known the LNC to override a committee, ever. And I've never known them to override the APRC.
I know they didn't do that regarding the floor fees in 08.
I've never known them to do that.
I know that because I argued that case, and that's why we won the case. Convention committee hadn't imposed it at that point.
And what are they going to do? Fucking remove me? And I've always been very open about this anyway, because I think the alleged confidentiality of the APRC is bullshit, except for protecting staff. I do agree with not embarrassing staff publicly. But there's something I've always said about the APRC, and I've never been removed for this, and I'm not in the LNC anymore, so they can kiss my ass.
Yeah.
I had been, and Stephen, well, I don't know whether he'd feel comfortable revealing this, but anyone on the APRC, if they wanted to, could attest to this. I was the lone dissenting vote 90% of the time. You put Lucchini or Sarwark on there, everything is just going to be rubber stamped. I was the only one who ever objected. And you want to know the type of stuff I objected to? We had this shitty messaging come through that only talked about school vouchers and didn't talk about our actual platform. And I raised a big enough fuss about it that it didn't get sent out. You might go, I don't remember that email. Yeah, there's a reason, because I dissented, and that committee tries to work by consensus. So if there's a dissent, they do try to cure the dissent. Yeah. So you guys who thought that January 6th email that went out was bad, you should have seen what it looked like before I dissented. They tried to cure my objections, and they still didn't. I never removed my dissent from that email. Right. And it went out in better shape. But to put Lucchini and Sarwark on the messaging committee, my fucking God, are you insane?
Lucchini has trouble forming a complete sentence when he's not trying to do a physical.
Oh, Eric, Steve. And I know technically, Steve said to me, it's not really your seat because there were several vacancies. I don't know. I'm telling you how I'm taking it. You're replacing me with Sarwark or Lucchini? Oh. Do I need another knife in my back?
You might as well put a potted plant in there. Or two.
You know, and if you don't think Ford is a good choice for whatever reason, and I'm not putting words in their mouth, I don't know why they voted the way they did. I mean, I know a little bit, but nothing I'm going to say, whatever. I'm not getting into that. Then vote Noda. Noda's a perfectly respectable choice here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't even mean to get on that, but holy shit.
It's okay.
I need another drink. I'll be right back.
Previous LNCs did override the PM by majority vote because the PM is majority vote anyway. That's true. Can't remember the circumstances, but it made sense. Separately doing something different than put the policy manual back. Well, that's just suspending the policy.
Rules.
Yeah, that's just suspending the rules. That's not necessarily overriding a committee. But see, part of the problem, Ken, is that the messaging external of the party should almost always
Can you open that?
Cite the platform.
Yeah.
Almost always. Because if it doesn't, then it's like, well, what the hell are we talking about and where are we getting this from?
And that's why we have this weak-ass messaging that goes out that only talks about pot legalization and school vouchers.
Yeah. And frankly, here's a cap.
We don't ever talk about getting the government out of marriage anymore. Ever. Because we're now beholden to the gay lobby who said, oh, now that we are allowed to get married, you want to take it away from us? Rather than saying we've always wanted to take it away from everybody. When's the last time you've seen a message since Ogerfeld calling for the government out of marriage? I don't remember at all.
I've only seen it once, and it came from the Alabama Republican Party, who proposed a bill in the Alabama legislature
we used to say
abolish
that
marriage licenses completely.
Yeah, we used to say that all the time. The minute gay marriage got legalized, and I'm in favor of gay marriage. I'm the one, before people start going, yeah. The platform, and I got a lot of radicals mad at me. I'm the person on the platform committee who proposed the new line in the platform that says, until such time as the government ends its illegitimate practicing of licensing marriages, that licensing should be extended to all.
Was I on that committee?
Yes,
that year?
at that time.
I think that's what I thought.
And that was controversial with a bunch of radicals, but I think it's true. As long as the government is going to license, everybody should get licenses.
I think
I'm absolutely in favor of gay marriage if it's going to be licensed. But I don't think any of it should be licensed. But the LNC has lost its fucking balls. It will not say that now. Prove me wrong, LNC.
As a rule-
Put out some messaging that says abolish all licensing laws. Prove me wrong.
And cite the platform when you do so.
Or, I know. I'm a bylaws geek
I
too.
do both, Ken.
Or how about this?
That's why you guys don't want me on the bylaws committee, because you don't want me on there. Because I'll take the national bylaws and I will rewrite the whole damn thing.
Oh, Ken would love you on there
and make it coherent.
No, Ken would love you on
Well,
there.
I'm not getting on his case.
Yeah.
The LNC doesn't want me on there, and they will never appoint
The
me to it
LNC
because
didn't
they're
want
scared.
Ken on there. He ended up on there because a bunch of people resigned because those backstabbers wouldn't vote for Ken to be on there.
They're scared of me on there.
So, but here, I want to, before we,
Okay, yeah.
okay. Or if they're not going to say abolish all marriage laws, here's the other thing that they won't do for the same reason. It's because they're scared they're going to anger people who just recently got the right to get married. We should be pushing for polygamous marriage. Because seriously, our platform says
I'm not snickering at what you're saying. I'm smiling because I understand where you're going.
right. That will collapse the whole fucking system.
Yeah.
But
Because
if we
it's not like
really
it
are for marriage equality, there are people out there who are in poly relationships that can't get married. Why are we not sticking up for their rights?
And the thing of it is also is this, and this is the fundamental point about
Because we're
marriage
fucking
licensing.
cowards.
Well, that's true, but the licensing argument is simple. It exists so government can keep track of this shit, so that when they're called in to arbitrate a dissolution of assets when the whole relationship falls apart, they can argue it. The reality is you don't need that at all.
Contract.
It's a contract. Yeah, make it a contract. I've been saying this for almost
Right.
2 decades now. And the other thing about it is you make it so that you have private arbitration deal with it. You don't need to bring the courts involved.
But I'm serious. Most
And I've
people,
been married almost 25 years.
most people have not even sat back. Every time I bring this up to somebody, they go, you're right. I haven't seen any messaging about that since Ogerfeld. That's exactly it.
Put Ken's up on the screen. That one.
Yeah. Of course.
That sums it up right there.
Yeah, but as long as government is licensing marriage, we should be pushing for anyone who wants that license that is a consenting adult should be able to get it.
As long as they're requiring the permission slip, there should be no limitations on the permission slip.
But we are too chicken to do that now.
That is why we have, I believe, the word permission slip in our state platform.
I don't know if it says it in the state platform.
I think it might. I tried to put that in there last time around.
I don't think it does.
That's what a license is. It's a government permission slip.
But so this is all getting back to APRC. So I'm really butthurt over those votes. Now I love Eric and I love Steve, and I told Steve, like when he called me to talk about it, this is how we started the conversation. I'm like, Steve, you know I love you, right? I'm about to rip your asshole out, but you know I love you, right?
I'm tearing your new asshole out of love.
But my God,
Bold messaging can be done in a populist manner as long as as long as you're willing to stand by what you say and back it up, and don't cave to the pearl clutching microaggression triggered.
But the whole APRC should be always a very mixed group of people.
Yeah.
So that it's APRC is supposed to be picky and like jumping on things. So you want radicals and moderates and whatever. Now you just got the Whitney Bill U rubber stamp. And how the hell did that column from the chair pass APRC?
I don't know.
That should never have gotten
column was
APRC. That
atrocious.
is so embarrassing to the image of the party.
Passive aggressive and the latent hostility in there was insane.
Wait till you see the email she sent to a member that I'm going to talk about tomorrow.
Actually, yeah, you've warned us about that one. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
It is bad. It is so bad. And I got removed for being rude. Mm-hmm. If I were on the LNC right now and that email was brought to my attention, I would be moving to censure Whitney Bill U.
At a minimum.
I would get no support, but I would be moving to censure her.
So.
Okay, let's continue with our happy face. That's your crazy face.
No, my crazy face is this.
No, that's your constipated face.
No, my constipated face. My crazy face is.
All right, let's.
See, I can make plenty of good faces on camera. It's just I don't like to make them on faces on camera because someone's going to find them, use them, and say, "This is what he normally looks like." And the answer is yes. And what's your point? we live in the same.
Look, my
world.
nails aren't nice right now.
Your nails are missing.
They are. I had to pull them off yesterday.
Dare I ask why?
Well, they were getting outgrown. They had to come off.
Oh.
I had to remove them. I didn't like literally
For a
like.
minute, I thought they were getting in the way of your crossbow.
Oh no. They were catching on stuff because they were growing out.
Either that or pulling them out out of frustration or something. It's
No.
Your hair, you know?
Yeah, no.
Okay. This has to do with postponing indefinitely.
Oh God. Okay. I've got such a stress headache over that rant I just did. Oof.
Postpone indefinitely can be applied to which of the following? A. Commit. B. The main question at any time. C. An amendment to the main motion. D. The main motion only while the main motion is immediately pending. We talked about this earlier.
D.
Yes, it is D.
D.
Yes, we talked about this earlier, remember?
Yes.
I had a question about this.
Yeah, that's what was happening to me, narcissistic. When you need a fill? So my thumb was just coming where it needed it, and it did snag on something, and I ripped the thumb one off accidentally. And then I was like, nope, the rest of them are coming off. So when I came home, I got out my e-drill and took them all off because it was polygel.
Anyway.
This is girl talk.
I know.
Mr. Seaback. It's let the girls talk.
I'm letting the girls talk. I'm letting the girls talk.
I'm going to put on some...
See, my nails grow naturally long and strong. I don't have to worry about this stuff.
I'm going to put on
Something
today
I got from my mother.
some preformed polygel full coverage. If you like nails, if you don't get... I got these from E-Nail Couture. Wonderful.
Okay. It's Polident for your nails.
Polygel.
Polident.
Polygel's a combination of acrylic and gel.
Yes, I know.
Are you ready?
No. No, I'm ready. I gotta put the old one down first.
Okay. Gotta put on my glasses. Ooh. Oh, we talked about this. Yeah, E-Nail Couture is awesome, narcissistic. Okay. Actions that cannot be rescinded or amended include the following. We were just talking about this.
Me at 2 o'clock, yes.
Well, you can't rescind it after it's been fully executed.
That's what she said.
It can't bring you back. All right. So
How do you know?
I'm not Jesus.
No,
So-
but I could be the undead.
But then you're not really brought back. That's kind of like reanimation. It's like zombies, not really resurrection.
Don't you remember the line from Princess Bride?
I
He's not totally dead, he's just mostly dead.
Yeah, well, I said actually dead, though, not mostly dead.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I hope you had a great Christmas, too. I'm Julian. So actions that cannot be rescinded or amended, okay,
Ended. Okay, good. Okay.
include the following. A, when a motion to reconsider the vote on a main motion has previously been made and the question can be reached by calling it up.
Wait a minute. Say that one more time.
You've always gotten really confused on this point.
That won't be the last time.
The making and calling up of motion to reconsider has always confused you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. A, when a motion to reconsider the vote on the main motion has been made,
Yes.
hasn't been called up yet,
Right.
and the question can be reached by calling up the motion to reconsider.
Okay. And the original header, this is what?
Actions that cannot be rescinded or amended include the following.
Include this. Okay. Keep going.
B, when a resignation has been acted upon and the person is present or has been officially notified.
Keep going.
C, when an action has been taken as the result of the vote on the main motion that is not possible to undo.
D.
All of the above.
Okay. This is. Give me the beginning again.
Actions that cannot be rescinded or amended include the following.
Actions that cannot be rescinded or amended. Okay. Keep going. A.
When a motion to reconsider the vote on the main motion has previously been made and the question can be reached by calling it up.
Okay. Keep going.
B, when a resignation has been acted upon and the person is present or has been officially notified.
C.
when action has been taken as a result of the vote on the main motion that is not possible to undo.
I'm going to go with that one.
C?
Yeah.
It's D, all of the above.
It is?
Yes.
Okay. Here, like I said, when was the last time we get confused by this one?
Because, in A, I get you being confused on, but B, we just talked about when a resignation has been made, you can't rescind it.
Let me see how that's worded a minute, because it doesn't make any sense to me. Okay. When a resignation has been acted upon. What the hell does that even mean?
It means maybe they've put somebody else in the position, or they've accepted the resignation.
Or refused it?
You can't refuse a resignation.
Supposedly.
It's
Tell John Phillips that.
It's in this month's National Parliamentarian.
Tell John Phillips that.
Did you read that, JJ? I forgot the name of that column where it talked about it talked about the column said things like you don't really make a motion to approve the minutes because what if the motion fails? Like the only thing you ask is if there are corrections or do you want to refer it to a committee? Did you read it though? It says you can't. If I read it right, I read it at 1 a.m. last night, so I could be smoking crack. But it said you couldn't refuse it. Really?
It says the person who's present or has been officially notified. Notified of what? B is just too vague for me.
It's been notified that action has been taken, that their resignation has been accepted.
Okay, I mean that's why I wasn't looking at B, because to me that sounded totally badly worded and vague.
But that's exactly what we read though earlier when
me.
JJ was talking about my motion to reconsider and enter on the minutes.
Yeah. I thought that was about expulsion, not resignation. But anyway, action taken.
It said resignation or expulsion.
Yeah, C I understood it made sense.
Yeah.
But A, main discussion can. Oh, okay. Rescinded versus reconsider. That's where I was getting confused on A.
Oh, you thought reconsider?
I misheard that.
Oh, okay. It was rescinded.
Okay, I misheard that one. Okay, I get it. All right, give me that. Quit cheating.
Give it to me, baby.
It's a Sunday.
Oh, so you get another chance. You get another chance to redeem yourself. You bad boy.
Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do when they come in, you bad boys? Whoops.
All
Did I
right.
just say that?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Well, you sure?
Reconsider and enter on the minutes. I wanted this question.
Here we go again.
Okay, but this isn't what we already covered, so this might be a little hard. Reconsider and enter on the minutes cannot be called up. A, at the meeting at which it is made, except when it is moved at the last meeting of an organization that is not scheduled to meet again within a quarterly time period.
Okay.
B, on the day it is made, except when it is moved on the last day and the last meeting of a session of an organization that is not scheduled to meet again within a quarterly time period.
What they just said on May.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
We'd have to see on the day it is made, except when it is moved on the last day, but not the last meeting, of a session of an organization that is not scheduled to meet again within a quarterly time interval. D, at the meeting at which it was made, except when it is moved at the last meeting of an organization that is not scheduled to meet again.
Oy, oy, oy.
I know. This is tough.
Okay, give me the beginning again.
Okay, and let's try to figure out what the difference is between some of these. Reconsider and enter on the minutes cannot be called up.
Okay, can't be called up.
It's been made, but
Right.
it can't be called up.
Okay, quick question. When you make the motion to reconsider and enter on the minutes, I
Mm-hmm.
can talk to. Obviously, you're making the motion to reconsider, but does making that motion also cause it to be entered in the minutes?
Yes.
At both.
Yes, yes,
Before-
yes.
Okay, so calling up does not include putting on the minutes that's already happened.
Right.
Okay, got it.
You're just hearing the
Okay,
right.
Okay, I'm good. Okay, I just want to make sure I was clear on that point. Okay.
Yeah. So, A, at the meeting at which it was made,
Okay.
except when it is moved at the last meeting of an organization that is not scheduled to meet again within a quarterly time period.
What's the last point in the quarter? Okay.
Right.
Okay.
On the day it is made,
Yeah.
not So right there's a difference between A and B. A says at the meeting at which is made. B says on the day it's made. Remember, you
There
can
could
have
be one
multiple
more
meetings in a
the same-
day.
Yeah, okay.
Except when it is moved on the last day
Right.
and the last meeting
Okay.
of an
That's a little
organization
more specific.
that is not scheduled to meet again within a quarterly time period.
That's a little more specific then, yeah.
C, on the day it is made, except when it is moved on the last day, but not the last meeting of a session of an organization that is not scheduled to meet again within a quarterly time
Hold on a
period.
second. So A is the last meeting in the quarter. B is the last
Last day.
and meeting, and C is just last day.
No. B is last day, except if it's the last meeting.
Okay.
C, on the day it's made, except when it's the last day, but not the last meeting.
Okay.
You can't see through here. If you want to look,
Yeah, that might help.
I can't see through there. If you don't cheat, if you can see through there, let me know and we'll skip the question.
I can't see.
I couldn't because I was trying to see what the answer was myself.
Yeah. Meeting it's made. Okay. Except when it's moved to the last meeting of the organization, there's no schedule. Get rid of the not scheduled part because that's the case for all of them. Yeah.
Oh, I'll look at that while you're looking at
Yeah,
that.
sure. Whoops,
Ooh.
you're dropping your lottery tickets everywhere.
We might have to do lotto with our group.
Dropping your Christmas presents all over.
Maybe I'll win a lot of money.
Let's see.
Maybe I read that national parliamentarian thing wrong, JJ. You'll have to. It's. I'm trying to remember the name of the article. It's right past the article that has the chart of the, like, privilege motions that also have corollary in main motions. He said 32.8.
I under further rules and explanations. But anyway.
I don't read 32.8, JJ. It says that a resignation can be declined. I read 32.8 as talking about a situation when there's a delay in accepting the resignation, not an active declination of the resignation.
She's arguing that the motion to accept the resignation, if it fails, is not accepting the resignation.
Yeah, but this I don't think is dealing with that necessarily. It doesn't talk about declining it. It just talks about failure to accept it promptly.
What's your 32? Oh, okay, you're a little lower than that. You're in resignation. Oh, okay, I was looking above that.
Resignation from membership. Last line, he said. Oh, resignation sent in to escape charges. Okay, so that's a special circumstance.
Yeah. Which, that to me, that'd be a saving face measure. But anyway, let's see. Back to the question.
Okay.
Let me. I'm distracting myself.
What's the boing?
Oh, it's just a notification on my phone. It just goes boing for anything, almost everything.
It's the first boing I've heard. So you have an answer to this yet?
Not yet. This is a folks. This is what this looks like. This is a freaking mouthful.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't say any circumstances, though. JJ, you need to get in the authorship team and clean this book up.
Yeah, no shit. It needs it. Right. Yeah, Robert's Rules in plain English.
I know it might end up being twice as long, but
Or it might be
she
half the size.
loves that.
Or it might be half the size, you know. Don't
She
mistake-
doesn't like that.
Don't mistake quantity for quality. Anyway.
Okay.
I don't know, but I want to take a wild ass guess and say C.
Okay.
C. Well, hang on. Let me try to
Well,
explain this.
I don't know the answer to this either.
Well, okay. Here's my reasoning. Okay. C says on the day it is made, except when it is moved on the last day, but not the last meeting of the session, etc., and so on. Okay. But if it's not the last meeting, even though it's the last day, there's still one more meeting where it can be called up later. So I would argue that it can't be called up now because it gets called up at that one. I don't know if that's the right reasoning, but that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, I don't know if I agree because I haven't read this yet.
That's
I'm not
fair.
saying I disagree.
I could be wrong.
No,
I really don't know.
Remember, the purpose of the motion to reconsider and enter on the minutes
Yeah.
is to thwart an unrepresentative majority from
Which-
ramming through something.
Which would be at that specific meeting.
But, right, at that specific meeting, not necessarily the session.
Right.
And the idea, though, is not to prevent a vote on it, which is what would happen if the reconsider could cause it to just remain in limbo, which case it would die after a quarterly
Which is
time
why I'm thinking
period.
there's one more meeting attached where it could be
Right.
still addressed.
Right. So there has to be an opportunity for a representative majority to be there.
Right.
So I don't know if that's what C is. I'm just telling you how I
when
would.
it can't. This is like when
Right.
it can't be called up at that meeting, unless if there's one more left in the day before the quarter.
So
ends.
you're saying C.
Yes, I'm saying C.
Okay, let's see. I have no idea. Let me look. I want to make a guess. I
don't either. So that's my guess, and I'm sticking with it.
I'm going with A.
Okay. What's it say?
What does A say?
Yeah, well, first of all, what does A say?
A says that the meeting would. It says it can't be called up
Right.
if it's at the last meeting of an organization that's not going to meet again. I think it can't be called up then because you don't have a new group yet.
Yeah, but wouldn't that, if that's the last? Okay, the A is which one? The last meeting in the
At the meeting of which is made, except when it's moved at the last meeting of an organization that is not scheduled to meet again.
So the exception is that it's the last meeting of the session. Mm-hmm. Which would say that you can call it up in that one because it is the last one of the session.
I'm saying A.
Okay.
So you say C.
I'm saying C. We'll both be wrong.
You're
B
right.
or D. It was C.
Yes.
Well, I'll be damned.
Okay, let's look this
I'll
up.
be damned. That was.
I didn't know the answer.
I didn't either. That was a pure.
And I was starting to confuse myself.
It's the exceptions, which is where I was looking at.
I'm.
Because
Let's look it up.
yeah, 334, section 37 again. Our favorite section today.
What's 37?
Yep.
Bring back motions.
That's 39. Reconsider and enter. Green.
Oh, green.
Yeah, reconsider and enter.
Reconsider and
Yeah, it's right
enter.
here. Right here. See my finger?
Right, green. Bring back motion.
Oh, see my finger?
Yeah, but
There.
I'm just giving its classification
Oh,
as a
okay.
bring back motion.
Never mind.
Yes. I was like,
We're talking past each other there.
yeah, you're talking about the name. I'm talking about the category.
Right.
Okay.
334, 11 to 16 is... What the hell is that?
Is it a standard or?
Differences from the regular form of
Oh, okay.
motion.
Yes, I got it.
Number 6.
Okay. It cannot be called up on the day it was made,
Right.
except that when it is moved on the last day, but not the last meeting of a session of an organization that's not... Okay, I'm still got... It can be called up at the last business meeting.
Yes.
So you can't make a motion to reconsider. I mean, you can make it, but it's useless because it won't be reconsidered if you make it at the last meeting.
Which
Because-
is why they make the exception in here to have it considered the last one.
No, this is when it's not... Right, but it wasn't made then. It wasn't made at the last meeting. It was made on that day,
Right.
but at an earlier meeting.
Right.
Right.
They make the exception that because there's at least one more meeting in that
Right.
day, you can bring it up.
Right,
then.
because you have the opportunity to have a different group of
Right.
people.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, so my reasoning was actually right.
Yes, my God.
That was a crazy
Don't
one.
forget to give yourself credit for that one.
So, I mean, it was a 2 for that one. Damn,
You
that's
worked.
crazy.
You worked hard for the money. You worked that poll.
Wow, that one was a challenge.
I had to burp.
Bless you.
It's my turn now, right? No, it's your turn.
Right. I had that paragraph.
Yeah, your turn to ask.
Novel, or whatever the hell it was. Yeah. Okay, this was a lot shorter. of a question.
Oh, okay.
Previous question again.
All right. Call the question, bitches.
Yep. Which of the following are standard descriptive characteristics of call to question bitches? A. It requires a majority of the entire membership to be adopted.
No.
B. Is debatable.
No.
C. Out of order when another has the floor.
Yes.
D. Amendable.
So what was the original question?
Which of the following are the standard? Are the
C.
following are standard? Yeah, it
C.
is.
The others are no. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was easy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need, like, let's just, we don't need to look up there because we can talk about it because,
It's just going to rattle it right off.
right,
Anyway.
plus because it's obvious why. It can't be amendable because I could see how someone could argue it can
How
be
could
like,
you amend calling the question? I only want to call the half of it.
or I want to call all previous questions. I could see people
that's
doing
a separate
that.
motion, though.
Right, it's a second motion.
Separate motion,
It's definitely out of order when another has the floor because it's not privileged.
yeah.
Debating it would defeat the whole purpose. The whole purpose is the end debate. To be able to debate about ending debate would be a word that is politically incorrect to say right now.
The term you're looking for is repetitive horseshit.
Yeah, and requires a majority of the entire membership. In some ways, that can make sense because it requires 2/3. And a lot of times, a exception to 2/3 is a majority of the entire membership. But this is such a routine question, like that would be,
Yeah.
you know, A is the only one that I could see somebody getting a little confused over.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta make a quick
Okay,
piss-
JJ.
I gotta make a quick pit stop.
To the bathroom?
Yes.
Okay, I need to do that when you get back, but I'm going to
Why
look.
don't you- while I'm gone, why don't you?
Yeah,
get
because this
into
is
that?
about resignations, which is something I brought up.
Right.
So 32, 5, and 6.
To your right, just a smidgen.
Scooch to the right.
There we go. Thank you. You just have to jump to the left and the step to the
Yes. Let's do the time warp again. What are you doing?
right. Trying to squeeze past the mile.
You were like,
I'm trying to suck.
you're like rubbing up against my
Trying
wall.
to suck in my gut. That's hard to do because I got a lot of gut here.
So 32, 5. If a member who has accepted an office, committee assignment, or other duty finds he is unable to perform it, he should submit his resignation. A resignation is submitted in writing, addressed to the secretary or appointing power. Alternatively, it may be submitted during a meeting, either orally or in writing. By submitting a resignation, the member is, in effect, requesting to be excused from a duty. The chair, on reading or announcing the resignation, can assume a motion that the resignation be accepted. And then it goes on to 32.6. The duties of a position must not be abandoned until a resignation has been accepted and becomes effective, or at least until there's been a reasonable opportunity for it to be accepted. That doesn't say it must be accepted, though. I don't know. There's like a hole here. I mean, my libertarian sensibilities are offended that you could refuse somebody's resignation. Like, you said requesting is the key. But one thing I find is interesting here is that silence equals acceptance, because it says you can abandon your duties if there's been reasonable time to accept it, but it hasn't been accepted. So silence is considered acceptance rather than non-acceptance, which I find interesting. 32.2 says it requires a majority vote. H. Reardon, I would disagree with you. There are current LNC members that I will be supporting. Ken Molman's not rerunning, but if he changes his mind and reruns, I would support him. Joshua, Eric Radsep, Stephen Nikala, Rich Bowen, Pat Ford, Alex Flores. I know I'm missing somebody here. I'm so bad with this. Fuck, who am I forgetting here? Who am I forgetting? I'm forgetting somebody. Dustin Nana. God, I hate the way, because Dustin Nana is so overlooked. Dustin Nana has been solid for years, and he doesn't get credit for it. Dustin Nanaconda is a badass. Thank you. Yeah, Charles, it was Dustin. God, that makes me feel so bad, because Dustin is solid. Diana, I agree with you. I do wish Ken would call out Whitney on her bullshit more often, but I actually wish all of the people I just named would. All the people I just named, I would support for re-election. That doesn't mean I think they're perfect. I think a lot of the LNC suffers from nice guy syndrome. I didn't have that problem, and they removed me for it. But I would do it all over again. There's some things I would do a little differently. But for the most part, 95% I would do it exactly the same. There's about 5% where I got a little overly rambunctious, and I think we all do that. I think anyone's lying to themselves if in hindsight they would do everything in their life exactly the same. But I certainly didn't deserve to get removed. That was freaking ridiculous, and I'm glad it's a black shadow over this LNC. It's shameful. It's absolutely shameful. But those people I just named, I do support them. I don't know how many of them are running for re-election. And some of them are regionals, in which case my support or not support doesn't matter. Like, Dustin's not my region. I hope he reruns. Rich Bowen's not my region. Stephen Nicola, I believe, is running for at-large. But I can tell you one thing. I would rather eat my own foot out of a bear trap than support Chris Lucchini for anything. I agree with Ken Mulman, there should be term limits. But I probably am much more liberal about my idea of term limits than Ken is. My proposal for term limits, and Ken, that reminds me, I am so sorry. You need to remind me when I forget things. I don't do it on purpose. I need to send you my recall language, and I need to send you my term limits language for consideration by the Bylaws Committee. But the term limits one's very basic, and it's very liberal. 3 consecutive terms in any one office. And it doesn't mean that's it for their life. It just means at that time. So, for instance, if I get reelected in Reno, that will be my last term as secretary consecutive. Even though it was secretary interruptus, because I served more than half of my term, I consider, and Roberts considers that a term as well, if you start talking about term limits. Secretary interruptus. That was good, wasn't it? I won't.
Better than some other terms.
Yeah, I won't run again without some intervening time. Doesn't mean I wouldn't run for secretary again in the future, but I wouldn't do it consecutively.
Okay, I have returned.
Okay.
I think it's refilled Cherry Creek Reservoir, but anyway.
Oh, now I gotta go add to the thing. So, is there anything that you would like? We're talking about term limits now.
Oh, I believe in term limits
and
for Congress.
Recall.
I believe in term limits for Congress.
What about the LNC?
One in Congress and 1 in prison.
What about the LNC?
Oh, in that case, yes. Also, 1 in LNC and 1 in prison.
So, you can flip through here, and I will be right back.
Okay.
Look how much skinnier I am than you. I barely touched my nipples across that thing.
Ooh, baby. Anyway, let's scroll through the comments here. See what's been going on while I was gone. Whoops, the other way. What sound besides me returning there? KY's original term limits on the 1st, 2nd, and 4th constitutions was that an executive. Oh, Kentucky, got it. The executive branch officer could not succeed by themselves. Sadly, not the case. Or not succeed themselves. Sadly, not the case of 1980, but I like that. Interesting idea. So, Ken, help me out. Did that mean that what they did was that they couldn't be in the same office more than 1 term at a time? So they would go from, like, say, chair to, say, secretary, and then on to a different one? Let me put this up so you guys can see what we're talking about here. There we go. Yeah. I'm not usually good on the technical side of this, folks, so please bear with me. Where is the scroll thing? There it is. Okay, I'm not going to go back regurgitate through what you call it, Carrie was talking about, because I wasn't here and I'm not going to bother with that. So, my only comment on the LNC is that there are some good guys on there and the rest need to go, and Ken's one of the good guys, Dustin's one of the good ones, Eric Rutzep and Steve Nicaler is a couple of the good guys. The rest of them, they need help. Okay. Oh, okay. Ken replied this to the question initially. Yeah, so.
What's he saying?
Oh, we're talking about Kentucky's term limits. Yeah, elected of state executive branch, so the governor couldn't run for re-election. That's not a bad idea. But could he run for something else?
All right. So whose turn is it now?
I'm not sure.
Well, question is that?
13th. Odd day.
Is it me?
What was the last one?
I got that.
You got that. So
Did I mark mine?
I don't think you did.
No, I don't think I did either.
I don't recall you doing it.
Yeah, but now you've already read this.
I haven't read it. I was looking at that. So.
Okay. All right, because we all.
Pardon us. We're in our normal systematic and organized state of confusion here.
We had to pee.
Yeah. Empty the bladder. These nuts.
A motion to discharge a committee
Okay.
from a question referred by the subsidiary motion to. We've already done this. Oh my God! This is like just making it okay.
Didn't we just see this? Or is this
Yeah, but it changed it slightly.
It's slightly different. Okay.
Yeah. Hold on one second. All right. Okay, motion to
we need a super chat for
Yeah.
for nuts money for Costco.
Yeah, we need nuts money. That sounds dirty. A motion to discharge a committee from a question referred by the subsidiary motion to commit. This is identical to what we started with. However,
Yeah.
specifies a later time for considering the question, same thing as before,
Okay.
and makes it a special order.
Okay. That was a general order before. Yes.
The other one says and does not make it a special order.
Right.
This
that one
says
made a general order.
right. It
Actually, you had that question. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
is out of order since it attempts to discharge a committee into the motion to postpone definitely.
Okay.
B, requires a 2/3 vote. C, requires a majority vote. D, requires the same vote as the motion to rescind or to amend something previously adopted.
Okay. Give me the base again, just to make sure I got this.
A motion to discharge a committee
Right.
from a question referred to it
Right.
by the subsidiary motion to commit,
Right.
specifies a later time for considering the question,
Right.
and makes it a special order.
Right.
It,
Yeah.
A, is out of order since it attempts to discharge a committee into the motion to postpone definitely. B, requires a 2/3 vote. C, requires a majority vote. D, requires the same vote as the motion to rescind or to amend something previously adopted.
I'm gonna go with A, because I think you can't convert it that way, unless it's because you're making it out of into a special order. But I don't think you can do that.
It's B.
It's B.
Requires a 2/3 vote. Special orders, I think, require a 2/3 vote. Is why. But let's see. I'm not sure of the answer to that. I'm not sure I would have gotten that right.
Anyway, 314, section 36. Ken and JJ are still talking about resignations.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what this next round brings.
Well, something just popped on that, but yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
Well, it's interesting questions.
It isn't. As I said when you were upstairs, my libertarian sensibilities are completely offended by the idea you could refuse to accept a resignation.
I agree with that.
I'd be like, fuck you. What are you going to do?
Boy, here we go again.
So, 36.
Sorry, we just had that.
Yeah.
36, section 36, 314, 5 to 8, which is under effect of discharging a committee under further rules and explanations right above form an example to a paragraph and change above it.
Uh-huh.
So we're looking, 5 to 8 is, if the motion to discharge a committee, yeah, right where you're pointing at. You're right in it.
Okay, there where it's not considered a special. So if the motion to discharge a committee includes a provision making the question a special order, it requires a two-thirds vote, just as any other motion to make a special order.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, yeah, makes sense.
I don't see how you cannot accept a resignation, though. What do you? It's fucking Hotel California. Oh, you need this now.
Yeah.
You were just la-di-da, I'm gonna just eat my nuts. Like, just gonna eat my nuts.
Sorry. Costco's mixed nuts are excellent. Sam's suck. Because I know.
So how often have you eaten Sam's nuts?
Only once, and that was bad enough. No, seriously, the flavor on the mixed nuts at Costco is better than the mixed nuts at Sam's. And they also include pistachios, which I can't stand anyway.
I love pistachios.
And they're heavy on peanuts instead of the other types of nuts, like your cashews and all those.
Peanuts aren't really nuts, though. They're a fungus.
They are?
Mm-hmm. Look it up.
Oh, they're a legume.
Are they a legume? I thought they were a
legume.
fungus. They're a legume? They're not a nut.
They're a legume.
They're not a nut.
Like a pea, they're a legume. But they're not a nut.
Is a pea a legume?
Yes, it is.
I don't know if I buy that. Is a pea a legume? I'm asking the chat. And is a peanut a legume? Or is it a fungus? Is it a fungus among us?
Well, I'm a fun guy.
JJ, if anyone ever...
There isn't much room in this studio.
You want to know what I would... Listen, if somebody ever refused to accept my resignation, I'd be like, kiss my libertarian ass.
Wasn't John Phillips' resignation refused by his region?
They asked him to reconsider. They didn't refuse it.
And they reelected him anyway.
Yes, both are legumes.
Thank you.
Okay.
See, I'm married to a gardener. What do I know?
Man, you chew loudly. Like, oh my God.
It's one of those big ones, Brazil nut, I think, or something.
You ate a big nut, huh?
Just remember, bisexuality is like a box of chocolates. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't.
Sometimes you don't.
And sometimes you just like the nougat. Anyway.
So you're asking me now, right?
About nuts?
Uh-huh. Okay, I'm ready to pull ahead even more. Go ahead, ask.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. I'll pull ahead. Maybe two.
For each hand.
You know,
I'm trying to get her to turn as red as her hair.
who knew Roberts could be so filthy?
That's why with the heretics in the temple. That's why they need new blood in the temple, because they're so stodgy.
I don't think Hahnemann would approve of any of this.
Hahnemann needs to get laid
I don't know
at a
about that.
massage parlor by someone who doesn't know a damn thing about Robert's rules. And frankly, if you tried to bring him up, so you'd probably kick him in the crotch.
I think he's married. I think he's happily married.
Well, does she know that?
Does she know he's happy?
No, does she know
Does
that
she
he's
know
happily married?
I just don't think... There's some people there, though, that I think would be secretly laughing. I'm thinking of the picture. I can't think of his name. He's one of the regular contributors there.
JJ.
No, not JJ, but it's
kidding.
another... No, JJ obviously finds this
I know.
amusing.
I know.
But there's another guy. I'm picturing his face. Crap, a young guy. Not one of the stodgy
one?
old men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Josh Katz.
No, not Josh Katz. I don't know if He's kind of strange. I think he would be amused as well. He tries to be all prim and proper, but Joshua Katz...
Those are the ones that are always amused.
Yeah, Joshua Katz, I think, would find it amusing. No, it's a younger guy. I'm picturing his face, too. A cute guy.
She likes younger guys with cute faces.
He's cute. JJ, who's the young cute guy there? Who answers a lot of questions, that really knows his shit? It's been a while since I've been at that forum. Yeah, Josh Katz is former LNC.
Yeah, we know Ken.
I know.
That's
I
not who we're
know.
referring to.
Joshua Katz is the one who said, but are we really against the FEC? The platform doesn't say that. That's why I hate short platforms. Because the Brevity Caucus will say you don't need to say that, it's obvious. And then you get Josh Katz saying something as completely boneheaded as, are we really against the FEC?
I would quote the Hagar rule, but when it comes to platforms, it doesn't apply.
It's ridiculous.
For those who don't know, the Hagar rule is named after Sammy Hagar, and it is what is understood doesn't need to be discussed.
When you got an
terms of
LNC
platform-
member asking if we're really against the FEC.
That's why it doesn't apply to platforms. Okay, are you ready for the next question?
I need to memorialize that in a video because people don't believe he actually said that, and he did.
It's probably
I wrote an IPR article about it. I was so ass mad.
and there's probably a screenshot about it somewhere.
From me, because I was so ass mad.
Okay. Wait a minute.
I think the other guy's name is Josh, though, too.
This is another discharge the committee question.
JJ, who is that young, cute guy?
She's pining for him.
I just can't remember. I'm seeing the face.
Wait a
Okay.
minute. Listen to the discharge the committee question.
Okay.
Hang on, let me finish chewing first. Otherwise, they'll drown out the words. Okay. The standard descriptive characteristics of the motion to discharge a committee.
John Martin. That's him. I was going to say Josh Martin. That's him.
Get that?
Isn't Josh Martin? The last name's Martin, though. He's a cutie pie.
John
Okay.
Martin's a guy they named the reservoir after him down near Long.
Well, this guy, the guy on the last name Martin, yeah, he's a young guy. He's got a really cute profile picture.
Anyway.
He's probably catfishing the fuck out of me. He probably is an ugly old man, but he has this cute guy in his profile
he can
picture.
catfish all he wants. He has a reservoir in him after down in southern Colorado.
Well, okay, that's who that is, though. The last name Martin, that's correct.
Okay. The standard descriptive characteristics of the motion to discharge a committee include the following. A. It can be applied to any main motion that had been referred to a committee which has not yet reported. B. It yields to subsidiary privileged and incidental motions. C. It is out of order when another has the floor, but previous notice of intent to offer this motion at the next meeting can be given, after another member has been assigned the floor, provided that he has not begun to speak. That's a long one. Or D, all the above.
I think it's D, but start over.
Okay. Standard descriptive characteristics of the motion to discharge a committee include the following. A. It can be applied to any main motion that had been referred to a committee which has not yet reported.
Okay, A is true.
B. Yields to subsidiary privilege and incidental motions.
I believe B is true, which means D is true.
C is that long paragraph.
Yeah,
Can
and
you read it again?
No, because I think A and B are correct, which means D is correct.
So you're going D?
Yeah.
It is D.
Boom, chaka, wow, wow. Bitches. Bitches. I am pulling ahead.
And because it's standard descriptive characteristics, we're not going to bother.
Yeah, I'm pulling ahead.
That's what she said, and he liked it.
Okay. My shoulder is so sore. Wayne's got to put blue on it. You know, it's that.
I
you know
know.
that stinky stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, Xena once jumped up on the bed when he was putting, and she stuck her nose in that jar. Once.
And then,
Never again.
how did she react?
She flipped the hell out, because you know how sensitive a beagle's nose is.
Sure.
And that stuff is strong to a human nose. Ooh, she never made that mistake again. Oh, that's like somebody, squeezing the anal glands of a skunk. You only do it once.
I'll tell you my dog story with the massage. I forget what the hell I was doing outside, but I was like beat, and I come back in the house, and Lydia has me lay down on the bed face down.
Oh, I don't want to hear the rest of this. This sounds very personal.
No, it's not. But she takes some almond oil.
This is getting really dirty.
And gives me, no, actually it wasn't, but she gives me a big old back rub with the almond oil. I needed it. I was like,
is that a euphemism?
No, this is literal. And I'm laying there face down and just... You know,
and the dog comes and licks almond oil off your back.
My greyhound comes in, jumps up on the bed where I'm laying, parks herself, all 60 pounds of her, sits on my butt, and starts licking the oil off of my back completely. And I can't move, because this is a 60-pound dog sitting on me. Lydia walks into the room, sees this, and just loses it laughing hysterically. And I'm sitting there going, well, you know, what do you do? It's like, she must have liked it. It's like, okay. She was a great dog, but not because of that. She was just a wonderful dog in general.
Xena did not like the blue. Josh Martin. Yeah, I thought it was Josh, not John. I said his name was Josh.
Yeah, Josh Martin.
That's why I kept saying the last name Martin, because I didn't think John was correct. Thought Josh was correct, but we were getting confused with Josh Katz. But yeah, cutie pie.
Next question.
All right.
Next paragraph.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's a long one. I can't show it to you because you can't see the answer through it.
Another novel.
Yeah. The motion to limit debate on a main motion 2.
Oh, this again.
Right. The motion to limit debate on a main motion 2, no later than 3 p.m., and the question be put, was adopted.
Okay.
Which of the following announcements by the chair clearly reflects the action of the assembly?
Okay.
A. Looks like we must vote on the main motion at 3 p.m. Any more discussion on the main motion? B. The motion passes. We'll vote on the main motion at 3 p.m. Let's discuss the main motion now. C. There are 2/3 in the affirmative, and the motion is adopted. The motion will therefore be put to a vote at 3 p.m., and debate cannot be continued beyond that hour. The question is on, and then in parentheses states the immediately pending question. D. The motion to take the vote at 3 p.m. is adopted by a 2/3 vote. Let's discuss the main motion until that time.
I'm going to go C, because, read the beginning of it.
The motion to limit debate on a main motion 2,
right,
no later than 3 p.m.,
right,
and the question be put, was adopted.
Okay, yeah. So there's no indication of what else is going on at the moment. So, and the wordings of A, B, and D are just kind of, well, okay, they're informal, but they neglect the possibility that there's something else pending at the moment. Because I would think that a motion to do what they're describing here would be a suspension of the rules, or it's because you're changing the orders of the day to do it. It's not quite a postpone definitely, because you're not really doing that, but you are postponing the vote at a specific time. So the argument here is that we have another idiot trying to put shit up on YouTube.
JJ says Josh Martin really looks like that.
Yeah.
Now I'm
get to that in a minute. But anyway, don't click on that link, folks. Anyway, but because there still could be current business pending, C is the only one that covers that.
Yeah,
so I'm going
it's C.
with that. Okay.
And I would go with C only because the wording of the rest of them are shit.
No, it's weird because I can't see that one on YouTube.
Maybe somebody else took it off. If Julian's still here,
maybe he grabbed it.
He's got mod privileges too.
I'm not even seeing the chat window here. I got my phone right here, folks. I'm seeing the chat window separately, so
yeah, I don't know.
So I can boot people when necessary.
Yeah, no idea. But you got that right. I don't think we even need to, because you can tell just by the really informal wording of the rest.
Yeah.
And
my argument was about it was just missing.
Yeah.
But that's what uncovered pending business.
Well, plus whenever anything requires a 2/3 vote, which this would, you always mention that, and only 2 of them mentioned that. And the other one was just worded, let's discuss the main motion until that. What fucking chair says that? Even I don't do that. And I'm not as formal.
Let's go play checkers.
You know. Though I can be formal.
Yeah.
I was pretty damn formal during those platform committee meetings.
You had to. You're doing it there in Star, for God's
Well,
sakes.
and there was 20-something people.
Yeah.
You had 20 people plus alternates.
And it's going to be like that again coming up.
Yeah. And I got some more appointments. The only ones I'm waiting on now is Wyoming, who's ghosted me. So I don't think we're going to have a Wyoming appointee.
Don't appoint somebody, don't appoint someone.
And they can appoint late. They just miss some votes.
Yeah.
I'm going to call him again. I asked Apollo to bug him. I don't know anyone else in Wyoming. I called, I emailed, and I asked Apollo.
Who's the regional rep for Wyoming?
Lucchini.
So ask Alex.
It's not their job to bug. And I've gone directly to the chair.
Yeah.
It's no. I've gotten Michigan's.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Illinois, I think I'm waiting on, but they told me they were voting on it. They should have voted on it already.
Was Michigan up to like the end of the year or something? One of them was.
Yeah. No, that was New Hampshire. But Illinois, I think I should have theirs now. I've been notified by New Hampshire. I think they still might appoint an alternate, but I got their main rep. And I think that's it. So we have to wait to the end of the year for Wyoming to blow the deadline.
Right.
But then I will immediately not set a meeting because I think the chair election can be handled by email. We usually do, and because I don't want to get in start setting, whoever the permanent chair is needs to do that. So immediately on the 1st, I think I'll open nominations for permanent chair and you're killing me with that crunching.
Recording secretary.
I'm getting stabby. I'm getting very stabby right now.
Nothing here to stab me with. Except your little scratch tool. It's just searching.
I got a hitty.
Your gavel. See, it is a gavel in her desk drawer, and she is happy to see me.
Yeah, I don't like doing a secretary at the same time because of waterfall.
Yeah.
So I'd let whoever gets elected chair handle that, which might be me because I am running, but it might not be me. So whoever is elected chair can handle that.
Whoever elected chair is going to put up with me. So.
So, but no, I am running.
Not that I'm going to be anything like I was last time.
I am running though,
Yeah.
for sure. I don't know who else is. I think Omar is. He always does.
You'd be okay.
Ashley Shade probably is because she ran for interim.
Who?
Ashley Shade.
Ashley?
Yeah. All right. Whose turn is it?
Yours. No, I mean, I ask you.
Okay.
Don't cheat. How long are we going anyway?
Well, I've got a Radical Caucus meeting at 6, but I need Wayne to give me a massage. So not much longer.
Okay, we're 4:45 now.
So 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So are we meeting again next weekend?
No, we could.
We should because we have a lot to
I
cover.
have the third off, so.
I don't know what if I have
my
anything off.
New Year's Day observed day off.
Yeah, I don't know what I have, but yeah, we should.
You don't know what you have, huh? Well, Wayne can help you with that.
Yeah. He doesn't know what I have.
Well, that's your problem.
Got to leave some things up to the imagination. Even after 10 years of marriage.
I recommend some counseling.
Have we been married 10 years? It's been close to it, I think. I forget when we got married. I don't keep track of that stuff anymore.
That's his job anyway.
I don't even know the day. I know it was in January.
See, I know exactly the day that my wife, that lady and I got married. I know exactly where we were at the time, when we did it. And oh, by the way, we have our 25th coming up next year.
Wow. I think I was the 14th. I think
My
2014.
original idea to take her to Hawaii for her 25th as a surprise got
can't.
killed by COVID.
Yeah, because they require vaccine passports now.
Right, which is, frankly, they're being stupid. But anyway.
Yeah.
Then again, they elected Maurice Harono, so
Or you can quarantine.
I'd rather quarantine them. But anyway,
I'm stealing your nuts.
that's what she said.
My, what delicious nuts you have.
All the better to suck on, dear, my dear.
We're getting bad.
Yes, we are.
Okay, question. Call the question, you bitch!
No, this is about amending an existing special rule.
Amending an existing special rule.
Yes.
Okay.
A main motion to amend an existing special rule is now pending.
Mm-hmm.
A majority of the membership is present. Another motion is made to amend the main motion. this motion would exceed the scope of the previous notice. Oh, God, this should be easy. Then the chair must, A, rule the motion to amend the main motion out of order. B, ask the assembly to decide whether the motion to amend the main motion is in order. C, state the question on the motion to amend the main motion. D, state the question on the motion to amend the main motion, but advise the assembly of the 2/3 vote for its adoption.
A.
That's what I would think.
But it's not?
It's not.
Yeah, because it's because we're used to our rules in Colorado, and I know our rules. So what is it, C?
It is C.
Yeah.
They would state the motion, the question on the motion to amend
With the
main motion.
2/3.
With the no, not the 2/3.
No.
The 2/3 is D.
Okay, no, so what was C?
State the question on the motion to amend the main motion.
But it's outside the scope of notice.
I know. That's why I'm like saying you should be.
Let's look at what they say. I always get these things wrong because I'm confused with Colorado's rules.
They say the answer is C.
Okay.
But let me set this down. Next one's a Sunday, so this is at section 35.
I think, okay, here's where I think they're getting it. Because it's either the whole scope of notice things for special rules, that's a Colorado thing. C, I think, is correct because there is a majority of the membership present.
That's probably the reason why.
But it will require that majority.
Yeah.
Because there was no previous. Okay. It would.
Here's the section. Proposed amendments beyond the scope of the notice.
Yeah.
When previous notice is a requirement for the adoption of a motion to rescind or amend something previously adopted, no subsidiary motion to amend is in order that proposes a change greater than that for which notice was given.
Mm-hmm.
This is always the case, for example, when the bylaws of an organization require previous notice for their amendment.
Bylaws.
Which they should do. It will also be the case as a practical matter whenever a majority of the entire membership is not in attendance at the time the vote is taken, and a motion to rescind or amend a provision of the Constitution or bylaws or a special rule of order. In either of the situations described above, no subsidiary motion to amend is in order that proposes a change going beyond the scope of the notice which was given, for the reason that the adoption of such a motion will destroy the effect of the notice, and the motion is thus tantamount to a motion to postpone indefinitely. Really interesting.
But what JJ says, okay, so JJ, and riddle me this, or answer me this. You said if amended, it will take a majority of the entire membership to adopt. So are you saying the amendment itself would just be a regular majority, a majority vote, but the amended special rule, rather than 2/3, would take a majority of the membership to adopt because it's been amended beyond the scope of notice. So the act of amending it beyond the scope only requires a regular majority, but to adopt the amended special order would require a majority vote of the entire membership. Is that what you're saying? If that made any sense. Did you understand what I was saying?
No.
Okay. Normally, to pass an amendment, even for something that would require a 2/3 to eventually adopt, would just be a majority vote.
Yeah.
Is he saying, where he says it would take a majority of the entire membership to adopt, is he saying it would take an entirety of the entire membership to adopt the amendment, or a majority of the entire membership to adopt?
Remember you said mem vote? Majority of the entire membership. Okay.
The amendment needs a majority of the entire membership?
Hang on, there's one more citation here.
See, I don't understand that.
Okay, there's one more citation here. This is standard characteristic 6. Are amendable by the processes of primary and secondary amendment in any forms discussed in section 12 as applicable to the particular case. Thus, a motion to rescind can be amended, for example, by substituting for it a motion to amend what is proposed to be rescinded. But if a motion to rescind or to amend something previously adopted is amended so that the change proposed by the amended motion then exceeds the scope of a previous notice that was given, the effect of the previous notice is destroyed and the motion can no longer be adopted by a majority vote. See standard characteristic number 7, which is 2/3.
Okay, I didn't know that. I learned something new.
When these motions require previous notice, such a motion can not be amended as as to make this proposed change greater than that for which the notice has been given.
So the amendment itself requires a majority of the entire membership.
Apparently.
Then,
Because the question specifically says a majority of the membership is present.
yeah, but what if, okay, let's say the amendment passes by a majority of the entire membership. What then does the amendment to the special rule of order require? 2/3 at that point, or a majority of the entire membership again?
I think it's the majority of the entire membership.
Why? Previous notice was given. You've already overcome that with the amendment having a majority of the entire membership.
So yeah, but then wouldn't the original motion require the majority of the original of the
It
entire
were,
membership?
I'm assuming notice was given, so 2/3.
Well, yeah, it says they are. Well, yeah, it does say notice was given.
Right. Right. So the original one would be 2/3 or a majority of the entire membership.
Right. Okay.
So it could pass by 2/3,
Yeah.
which in a large enough
2/3
membership.
if the majority of the membership isn't there.
No, either way. No, I think he's saying or. So the amended
2/3 of what?
people voting.
But they've already said the majority of the membership is present.
So
So if the majority of the membership is present, does it mean you have to have 2/3 of that majority of the entire membership to pass it?
2/3 of whoever's voting, or a majority of the entire membership. That's what he's saying. So he's saying that the amendment, in order to pass the amendment, it would require a majority of the entire membership.
Right, we agree with that.
Then the original motion, as amended, would require either a 2/3 or a majority of the entire membership, because notice was given. And you've already overcome the obstacle of beyond the scope of notice by passing the amendment with a majority of the entire membership. Am I correct? JJ, I'm asking you if I'm correct.
I'm still not following your argument, but anyway.
Okay, I don't know how to say it clearer. So those two numbers, in a large enough membership, 2/3 of those voting is less than a majority of the entire membership.
Right.
So the amendment, because the amendment went beyond the scope of vote notice, can only pass by a majority of the entire membership, which presumably is a higher vote.
What they're
It's
saying
not
here
always.
in the question was that a majority of the membership is present.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who's
So where does
present.
the 2/3 come in?
Because of previous notice. It doesn't matter how many is present as long as there's a quorum.
Okay.
So the thing that went beyond notice was the amendment.
Right.
That requires a vote of the majority of the entire membership.
Right.
But once that amendment passes and becomes part of the main motion, the main motion as amended requires either a 2/3 of those voting or a majority of the entire membership.
But if 2/3 of those voting is 2/3 of the majority of the membership.
No, it's 2/3 of the voting because half of them could abstain.
But it says that the majority of the membership is present.
It doesn't matter how many people are present because half of them could abstain. It's a 2/3 vote is a 2/3 vote no matter how many people are there.
Well, then in that case, the majority of the membership part wouldn't apply,
It applies to the amendment part.
but not to the main motion.
No, not after not after the amendment passes by a majority of the entire membership.
Okay, that's where I was getting crisscrossed.
Yes.
Okay, then now I see it.
But that's really fucking confusing.
Well, anytime you have a majority of the membership factor in the equation, it's confusing by definition. So, anyway. The 17th is a Sunday.
Okay. So I get another shot.
That's what she said.
Give me another
One
shot.
bourbon, one shot, one beer.
And then I think we're probably done.
We're getting close. Yeah, it's almost 5. Okay, so we'll make this the last one. Last round. Lay on the table.
No, thank you.
Oh, why not?
Because I'm not tired yet.
We can work on that.
Oh, baby.
Okay. The subsidiary motion to lay on the table.
The what?
The
Oh.
subsidiary motion to lay on the table enables the assembly to lay a pending question aside temporarily to A. Interrupt the pending business so as to permit the assembly to do something else immediately. B. Kill a pending question without debate.
No.
C. Postpone the pending question to a definite time.
No.
D. None of the above.
A.
Yeah, I'd say. No discussion needed. That was
No, that's basic.
that was obvious.
That's like, okay, so now I've pulled ahead again.
That's what she said.
All right, so
He liked it.
I got 9, so I'm at 62.
Have to move the Lego.
And what did you get?
I had 8, so I'm at 59. It's actually a little bit farther ahead of me.
62. That's because I'm all registered and shit. Okay, let me give you. Oof.
It's by my left foot.
Oof.
I felt it bounce off my foot.
Here you go.
So.
All right, guys. We're going to be headed out. And, oh, the book.
That book doesn't want to stay in there very well.
Here we go. I got it. I got it.
Because it's not designed to fit in that.
There we
that
go.
Claw,
That's
so to
what
speak.
she said. Yeah, we'll be back next weekend. And you might want to answer that question. No, I do not think the 2020 election was stolen. I think Mike differs with me.
I watched the numbers change.
Yeah. He and I have a different opinion on
My
that.
son did an analysis of it, and yes, it was stolen.
I think all elections are bullshit, so I really honestly don't care.
Including yours?
What, talking about
To the LNC?
the election? It could have been.
Sorry, I'm
No,
I'm flipping your argument on you.
No, well, I'm talking about kind of forced elections, not involuntary societies. But I'm not confident of the numbers of the 2020 LNC elections. The online thing was such a hot mess.
Yeah. That is a very coveted minifig trade at Legoland, huh? I forget where I found that, actually. I think I might have found it in a toy store or something by pure accident.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, I'm not confident of the numbers of the LNC elections in 2020 either, to be honest with you. I'm confident of the ones on the floor, in person.
Yeah.
The online delegates, not at all.
Well, yeah. No, decent hombre. If you think that a guy who couldn't even get 10 people to his rallies through 81 million votes won after there was documented cases of cheating in both Georgia and Arizona and probably Pennsylvania, I got nothing for you.
It's all bullshit.
And besides, voting's a privilege anyway.
Oh, we got to do our things, but we're not going to do them online. We're going to go upstairs.
We'll do 'em
Yeah, Wayne. I'm calling you Wayne now.
no,
Oh, my God.
Actually, no, that's not the case. Go read the Gateway Pundit. They have a full argument about it. Decent hombre. They have it documented from day one.
So this was my Christmas present. So we are going to take off, and I will see you guys. We will see you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to go over the rude-ass email by Whitney Bilyeu so you can be proud of your National Party chair. All right, everyone, we are taking off. Do I have closing music? Yeah, no, I never did. Did I? Is this it? Let me see. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm about to play now. But thank you all for hanging out, and I will see you soon.
Viva! Let's hear the opposition side. Like a stubborn donkey's bray, all opposed. You say nay, opposed! Oppose the motion carrier.